All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back again with another episode of From the Sidelines. This week's episode, it is 178. And obviously, if you guys are watching the video version, we're dressed up. It's Christmas time, you know? It's holly jolly Christmas. But before I even get into anything, let me bring in my fantastic co-host, Caden Spencer. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Like you said, it's Christmas time, so super excited about that. Hanging out with the family, having a good time.
Absolutely, bro. You know, it feels weird because, bro, I feel like we should start doing like Santa pictures together. You know, like us as the team, we should start going to what's the mall up there? The Mall of
Oh,
Sacramento or
the
something.
go to J.C. Penney, get those funny photos.
I'm down, dude. I am the guy. I'm not the guy that we got to convince, right? But
Everybody else.
exactly, right. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the episode, I just got to say, shout out to our sponsors. Thank you guys for all your support. Wells Clothing. Use code FTS. Get yourself 10% off at checkout. They are coming up with some dope new designs. I know for a fact they're doing a thing where they're not doing the print on demand anymore. They're making it to where everything is going to be limited edition. So it's going to make it to where if you got a Welch shirt that's, you got in July, that's like going to be like the only one of its kind, right? So it's going to be very, very unique. So shout out to Welch Clothing. Thank you guys for everything you do for this podcast. Hormesis Paintball, man, dude. They're voted for some stuff we're going to be talking about tonight with the Summit Awards. They got voted up for their All That Matters movie, so go vote for them. Absolutely, right? And then last but not least, Capitol Edge Paintball Park. Beautiful paintball park that, seems to be one of the only things that isn't affected by the weather. You know, every time it's raining, there is a hole in the clouds that is just shining a beam of ray on Capitol Edge Paintball Park for some reason because it doesn't get messy over there. So, make sure you guys, when you guys are going to do your entry and fill out your waiver, tell them FTS sent you. We really appreciate it. But, all right. Like that, right? I'm trying. This is why sometimes I'm a first take type of guy because I'm not trying to. I'm lazy. I don't try to put as much editing in as I absolutely have to, So first come, first serve, right? So man,
Raw footage.
shit, brother. How are you doing, dude?
Good. We finished that D&D episode. It was a very very long
Let's
episode.
talk about that, dude. Let's
That
talk
was
about that.
very fun though.
Okay, your thoughts going into it when I was like, all right, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons on the podcast. What was your whole initial thought to that?
Well, probably the same as everybody else. Like, oh, it's a nerd game, right? It's a
Yep.
bunch of like like South Park, like playing World of Warcraft, like all like fat, like like just a nerd game where people just like almost like the anime weirdos, right?
For
That's
sure.
kind of what you think about. But gosh, I actually had a lot of fun with it.
I did
Like,
too. I thought that the imagination factor to it, because it was like,
mm,
I mean, I was like watching it back because I was showing my girlfriend a little bit of it, and I was like, man, I was like closing my eyes, like really like acting it out. I'm like, and I would plunge my sword into his chest. I was like really getting into it. It was just so much fun, right? And if you guys haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it. Tyler's really slow at talking. I told him about it, so listen to it in 1.25. I'll save you some
I
time.
was gonna say though, shout out Tyler though.
Shout out
I
Tyler,
thought
man.
he was a
Holy
great
shit.
dungeon
Right.
master.
I've known Tyler for a very, very long time, and I never knew he could do that. That is a
Mhm.
secret talent to dungeon master, have all the lore connected to where you're like, someone makes a decision, you're like, oh, wait, you got to remember, how much money do you have, blah, blah, how much, like, I need a stat roll, right?
Mm.
That was something that was so different to me that I've never even played in any. Board games to me are so boring. Like, really, literally,
Right.
board games, you know? But Dungeons and Dragons, dude, that was just so much fun. Just the fact that we had like the little grid on screen where we can kind of see like our characters, where we're moving, this like the places around. Um,
I think it was kind of fitting too, because like obviously like we talk about it a lot that we play Elden Ring. We have the characters that we love to build.
yep.
It's the same thing basically. We dive into our own characters.
100. I was relating it so much to Elden Ring because I'm just like, oh my god, like you have to have certain stats to cast certain spells, right? If you're in Faith, you can't cast Sorcery. If you're in Intelligence, you can't cast uh, incantations. It makes a ton of sense. It was one of those things where, man, dude, it completely broke the stigma for me. Where I was like, man, because I don't in like the 80s, the Bible Belt town, you know, like those places that you don't really know exist, like Connecticut and all that. They're like in like the 80s, they thought that playing Dungeons and Dragons would summon demons, to where when they would go to church and they're preaching, they're like, guys, there are kids summoning demons with this game Dungeons and Dragons, you know, and it was just creating this thing to where parents were literally like kicking down their basement doors, because that's like where basement areas are, right? Kicking down basement doors and finding these kids playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they would like take all these like huge sets out and just burn them.
Yeah, but apparently you can just buy Ouija boards at the store now.
That is crazy.
I don't mess with. I do not mess with.
That's classified as a children's toy. You know?
Right.
And okay, a little side tangent real quick. I remember one time, my ex-girlfriend, she's like, oh, like let's go out and meet some of my friends. Bro, her friends, freaks with a capital freak, right? They're like, oh, like let's play some games, and I'm like, you guys are kind of freaks. I don't know if I want to play games with you guys. They're like, check this out. Then they pull out the Ouija board. I'm like,
oh God, I'm running,
bro. You know, like I'm not that kind of guy where it's like Dungeons and Dragons summon demons, dude. But you know, I've seen enough horror movies to where I'm like, I'm not even trying to risk opening up a gateway and not knowing how to close it.
Right.
You know, that stuff freaks me out. But Dungeons and
Dragons, there's always the rules with it. Like, oh, you have to blow out the candles, say goodbye.
Yes.
You know, get on your knees and pray. Like, there's always a goodbye rule.
And like, I feel like now there's so many different rules behind it. How do you know which ones are the right rules? You know, how do you know you're closing it the right way? What if it's a push not pull door? You know, how do I know if I'm closing it? Like,
oh, God damn it.
I just don't get some of it sometimes. But
yeah,
dude, Dungeons and Dragons, that was so much fun. I like building our characters, because there's another reason to sign up for the Patreon, because we have that exclusive episode where it was like we were creating a ton of our characters. I don't know, were you there for that, Caden? I don't think.
I was not.
No, okay.
No.
But dude, when we were creating our characters, I was like, whoa. And he was kind of explaining it, like how to roll, how to do all this stuff. Bro, I've never experienced something like that. And I feel like our bond is so much stronger, you know? Because a lot of people are like, oh man, I've always wanted to try Dungeons and Dragons. Dude,
the bond
check
of
off
the paladin, the halfling, the mage.
Right? And it just makes so much sense, right? Like, dude, the 1 HP clutch, bro, like that. We need to hire someone on Fiverr to animate that into some kind of anime. You know, we need to use AI. What is that? The Sora AI? Have you seen those videos where they make
yeah.
Right? We got to have that. We just got to describe what happened in Dungeons and Dragons in our 4.5 hour episode, upload it into Sora, and just see what we come up with. You know,
yeah, like use these faces. There's just us, and it makes a video.
Yes, right. Like I feel like this could be so good. Like, oh man,
it's ironic that we played Dungeons and Dragons, because as soon as we finished, I found out that my friend group, like in real life that I hang out with, like they're starting to do a Dungeons and Dragons like day, or like whole series of it. And I was like, that's so ironic, because I just finished it.
Right. And
like the timing is just weird.
There's so much more to that story that Tyler created, that world, the world of Astra, to where like this could be like a reoccurring thing, and I'm going to have it as a reoccurring thing. Like I just want to clarify this. I don't really care if the video gets very much views, bro. Like I was texting the guys this morning, and I was like, guys, I just want to like let people know that if the video doesn't do well, who cares? And I was kind of listing off some reasons on like why I think that it would not go well. Right. But now, like, if I'm being honest, now that I'm like looking back at that mindset, that was all like negative. Like I should be looking at it like, why would people watch it? And I would say the reason why people should watch it is, one, it's complete slop in the beginning, right? It's like just like with everything, when it's your first time doing it, it's gonna kind of suck, right?
Right.
And so when we just the learning and development stages, that's gonna be one of those ones where when you see episode 2 of D&D, it's going to look so different. And just the laughs and the fun we had, right? The casual orc racism, right? Like beating up a turtle man that was like 5'6", right? Like you just can't get that. And another thing is, nobody else is really playing Dungeons and Dragons on their podcast. Like, and obviously, right, I'm not going to say we are not a paintball podcast, because obviously we talk about it, we play it, we're all about it, right? We're literally going to be talking about the Summit Awards in a little bit. But I just like having a little bit more diversity, you know? I like
well, and
that.
I think it's cool, because we're able to break down the the walls where it's like, oh, like we're all paintball players, we're tough, like these men gotta do this stuff. We're nerds. Like we gotta do this stuff.
100%. The reason why we're paintball players is because we just didn't really fit in every other sport, right? Like, dude, I mean, I was a water polo player. I was actually a really good water polo player, but when it just came down to the chance, I was like, dude, this paintball is just something I want to do more, right? And it's
Yeah.
like I know that it's like after high school, if you don't have a banging scholarship, like how many pickup water polo games are there? You know,
Fucking fine now.
can you go to a pool and just play and just randomly play pick up water polo? No,
I don't even know if there's water polo near me.
exactly, right? So I'm just like, paintball is one of those things where the longevity of the game, it does not matter. I don't have to be, like, I don't have to be like this crazy freak that's just obsessed with it, right? Which luckily I am a crazy freak that's obsessed with it. But it's one of those things where you don't have to be completely obsessed with it to have fun. There were so many people where they've never even heard of it. Like, okay, side tangent. This past weekend I went to what is that place called? Hold up. I gotta look it up in my photos. Sorry. Stretch for me, Caden. Stretch for me.
Stretch
Loma
with
Linda.
what
Loma
they-
Linda. So I went to Loma Linda, right? And
Okay.
it's a place in LA, and oh man, it's one of the very few places where it's called a blue zone. And the blue zone, it's the only place in the United States that's a blue zone where like the average life expectancy is like 84, like way up past the human average. Because it's like there's like no stress. There's like it's a very great community. I think it's because everybody's fucking rich up there, but you can have a great community. When you're
So money
rich.
does buy you happiness and solves
I mean,
problems.
dude, like, it was weird because I went to like this. I went to go explore the medical school with my girlfriend because she's trying to get into medical school, and that was a place where she's very interested in, and we wanted to go explore, and we got to meet some people. Right, I got to meet this guy that was apparently a very prestigious pastor. He's retired now, but dude, we went into his home and they cooked us dinner. Like they cooked us food, right? So it was just very. I don't even know how I even got on this tangent. What were we talking about, dude? My apologies.
What were we talking?
I don't
Being
even
nerds and
know,
stuff.
dude. I don't even know what, dude. A brain fart. Dungeons and Dragons. I don't even know.
I'm thinking now is this how you ended up going to church? I remember you were talking to me about how you went to church.
Yeah, I was like, I go to church and I'm like, bro, this shit is fucking crazy, right? People are some people are so nice. Some people are looking at like, and I'm not like I'm wearing. I wouldn't say I'm wearing church attire, but I'm looking nice. I got some nice pants on, some nice shoes on, right? Like got my Cali sweater on. I'm not looking horrible, right? But dude, there were so many people that were dressed up in like a suit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Like a full suit.
Full suit, bro. Full suit.
No.
And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what is this place, right? It's like, I think Loma Linda is a very religious school, if I am correct, right? And yeah, like we were exploring the medical school, and it was just a very different experience. I don't even know how I got on this tangent. I'm pissed. Can we switch this? I don't even know how.
Yeah, I already forgot too.
All right.
I got distracted by the pasture.
No, I for sure. Okay, sorry. Let's get back on track. So what we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons,
Right.
right? So
Here, on that topic
Thank you,
of
bro.
the Dungeons and Dragons, have you been doing anything fun for this off season?
honestly, I've been kind of exploring new territory, like with my girlfriend, right? Like we went to Loma Linda, we went to different parts of LA, and I'm just trying to explore more. I'm just trying to, I guess, find out who I am. There's a time where it's like, in the off season, right? During the season, I can't take a ton of weekends off and do something for me. I guess if I'm being honest, this off season I've kind of taken a little bit more time to myself, where I'm going on a lot more hikes, I'm going on a lot more walks. Which, dude, this is gonna make me sound like a complete pussy. I couldn't really do that stuff mentally because I do it when I would do that stuff. I would always have my dog. So it's like it would make me incredibly sad when I was doing it all by myself, right? And so I kind of opened up a little bit about my girlfriend with that, and she's like, okay, like let's do it together, right? Let's do these things together where, you know, when you would feel lonely, she's there for me. And it's just like a lot of, I've been I wouldn't say a lone wolf my whole life, but dude, I've been an only child. Like my mom's a single mom, right? Like I've been by myself a lot, right?
Right.
So it was just a very weird pattern that I'm trying to figure out about myself, you know. And I'm not trying to make this like a philosophical episode or anything like that, but yeah, I'm just taking time for myself and my own mental space. But what about you, bro? Like, what have you been doing?
No, I'm happy to hear that, bro.
I appreciate that, bro. It definitely takes a lot to work on.
Talk about the road less traveled.
Right, the road less traveled, dude. Like, and do not get me wrong. Like, the amount of guilt I feel from not like practicing at like every weekend, it's killing me. It's killing me. But I'm like, my girlfriend's like, dude, you need to relax, because she sees like the stress that I have on me, you know. And she's like, you just need to kind of like relax.
Yeah.
So it's very fun. What about you, dude? What have you been up to? I see you got a little gingerbread house right there.
Yeah, just so I got festive activities. Been building gingerbread houses with my girlfriend. My sister's back in town because she's normally off in Oregon for college. So I've been hanging out with her and my family. I got to experience lighting the beam for the first time.
Oh, you went to a Kings game?
One of the things that we do as a team, where we talk about light the beam, it was on our new jerseys.
Yep.
I actually went to one of the games because there was like a vet day.
Uh-huh.
And so we went. It was like top seats, like all the way in the very top of
Nosebleeds?
the building. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I went. It was my first ever basketball game. It was honestly really awesome. It went into overtime and they won by 1.
What?
So it was super entertaining. And then like after they won, they were like, "Light the beam!" They shot the whole thing in the sky. I have pictures of it in a video. It was actually really really cool to be there and watch. So that was fun. What else? I went snowboarding the other day.
Okay.
I was supposed to actually be gone at this current time that we're recording because I was supposed to be in Oklahoma with my grandpa. But some things happened, so I took the day to go snowboarding for the second time ever. Definitely in some pain right now. Ass hurts from falling and just all of it, but I had a really good time. I brought my brother out with me because he wanted to go.
How'd he do?
Trying to teach him. Hate to say, he low-key did better than I did my first time.
That's okay, dude. You said that's your younger brother, right?
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense.
Why does that make sense?
Because he's had the entire time that he's been born, he's been watching you in the way how you do things, to where it's like everything that he does that you have done, he'll already have like a little bit of a niche to it because you've already done it. You've already kind of like passed that on to him a little bit.
I guess.
It's funny how genes work and like DNA and all that genetic code works. At least that's how I feel like it is. I'm not a scientist, but
I'm the OG though. So
yeah, you are
firstborn.
You are the firstborn. Your sister's younger than you.
Yeah. So my sister's 2 years younger than my brother's 4 years. So 2.
Okay, hell yeah, that's sick, man. That's cool. You're hanging out with your family, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've really been spending a lot of family time. I can't really say much else that I've done. Just enjoying winter break from school, like finally.
Oh yeah, get some game time.
Not stressing over that. But yeah, game time, some Elden Ring.
Oh
We've
yeah.
had a couple Elden Ring sessions.
What else have you been playing?
What is playing a lot of Risk of Rain.
What is Risk of Rain? Is that
Why
what you just said?
wait?
Did you just say that?
You said that like the exact same.
Jinx,
time
you owe
that
me
I
a
said
Coke,
that.
buddy. Clip it.
Whatever. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's like an endless stage game. I forget what they call those.
Like Nazi zombies, basically. Like you're not supposed to win. You're just supposed to get a high level.
More or less, but there are bosses that end the game. So you just like you can loop over and over and over, and then you get items through it. So it's like there's like an RNG aspect to it. But yeah, it's the second of the game series because there was originally a 2D version of it that they had that came out first, and then they came out with this version of it.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that a fuck ton.
Yeah.
What are the games? Pummel Party, just little party games like Mario Party for like the computer.
Okay.
And that was some other friends. But
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing this off season.
Nice.
Like fun wise. Grind's still going.
Oh, bro, 100%, right? And it feels good because we don't have that responsibility where it's like, hey man, we have an event next weekend, right? Now it's like you can kind of recoup for the whole year, right? The off season is so short, right? And it obviously, like, once January starts, like, I'm gonna be going out to the field every single weekend,
Right.
but I don't know what it was. I feel like I just needed to take a little bit of time to myself, you know?
Yeah.
Enjoy
It's always
myself.
nice. Like you realize that once we don't go, like we miss it, but we realize that we almost need it in a sense.
Oh, dude, I'm so glad you said that. Me and my girlfriend have had multiple conversations about how we're like, we see other people and we see how a dude will want to play a bunch of paintball, and paintball is one of those things where if you really are trying to compete, it takes a huge time dedication. Where you
Definitely.
like, right, like sometimes for multiple weeks in a row, like before World Cup, I was not home for 12 weekends in a row.
Yeah.
A lot of girls are not cool with that, man.
A lot are.
Right? A lot of girls are not cool with that. So, it was kind of cool getting her perspective on things where she's just like, you know, we as men, like, we need the release, right? And she tells me, she's like, I can see and I can feel the stress in your shoulders, where it's like, when I don't play for like a certain, like, now I'm like, it's like I'm more stressed with like not having it. Obviously I'm taking time, relaxing, like discovering myself. That sounds so like weird liberal sissy, like buzzword type shit, right? But like hippie, but it is what it is, right? You know,
Occupied.
I try to look at it like when Oliver Lang went to Peru. You know, he went to Peru and like cleansed himself, and he came back like a whole new person. I don't know if he'll be coming back a whole new person, but I'm trying.
He came back to paintball.
He came back to paintball, right?
New person.
And I don't know. It just feels good, you know, being around home. You know,
Yeah.
That's just what kind of sucks about like driving 3 hours every single weekend. But you know, I would not want it any other way.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if you were closer.
I wouldn't mind if we were closer either. Like,
hang out a little bit more.
Bro, if she gets into Loma Linda, dude, I'm gonna have to freaking move farther away. Oh
Just
my
imagine
God.
if you're closer, just having one day for you, me, and Brando to have IRL fucking podcast.
Dude. Like,
Because Brando's only, what is that, an hour from me, I think?
I think so. And then
me in the middle, 30-minute drive?
I'm like 2.5 hours, but like, if it's me driving, hour 45 for sure. Right. And I'm not saying I'm speeding. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes the roads get a little shorter if I'm driving.
Exactly.
But yeah, I like the way you said that, where Caden, where it's like we need paintball. You know, a lot of girls, they don't have this release, you know, that they can, you know, their release is fucking spending money, baby. Their release is spending that money, you know? Right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that statement.
Shopping spree, right? We like to exert ourselves, you know, like test our limits. Girls love to test the limits on a credit card, baby. You know?
or on their man.
Yeah, right? Right? And that's one thing where, you know, like, we're lucky to where we have like supportive girlfriends where, you know, they're not just bitching at us, right? Because I mean, we know plenty of people where it's like, when they get a girlfriend, bro, they're out.
Oh, bye.
They're out, right? Because it's like, they're like, oh man, like, I kind of have to choose on either if, like, I want to either make this girl happy or she makes my life miserable and I just get to play paintball, you know?
Right.
And that time dedication, man, that is a fickle bitch. And I'm just blessed that, you know, that your girlfriend and my girlfriend let us play, and they don't mind us being around each other, right? Because when it's like, it's almost like when you go out on the playground and it's like, when you were a kid, you go out on the playground and no, you don't care about anything else besides the game you're playing on the playground. You know, it kind of reminds me like that. Yeah, it's kind of like, we literally are playing tag if you think about it. We're just like, hey, tag, you're it, buddy. Boink, boink. You know, and I'm tagging you with a paintball. You know, if you think about it.
Gelatinous ball.
Yeah, that basically is paintball, dude. If I'm being honest, it's just a glorified war tag. But yeah, dude, like, shit, boy. What is your favorite part about the holidays? Like, when you see the seasons changing, what is something that you know where you're like, oh man, it's Christmas time?
Well, I mean, obviously my favorite time about it is being with my family. I'll say Christmas is definitely one of those times where I'm guaranteed to be with my family because like Halloween you might not be able to, Easter's like a toss up sometimes, and you know things like that, right? But I know it's around that time. Honestly, the day after Halloween, because people typically say "fuck Thanksgiving," and I
Mm-hmm.
just see all the Christmas stuff in the stores already out there. I'm like, it's about that time.
That's completely true because dude, you see all that. You see, like once the Halloween candy's put away, the Christmas candy's put out. You know all the little Nutcracker
Mm-hmm.
knickknacks and all the snowman. Fucking,
Mm-hmm.
you push their finger and they do the little. I've seen some shit now where you push a snowman's finger and the little fucker starts to twerk in front of you, and I'm like, what is this, bro? You know,
I've
Christmas
seen that with
decorations
Santa,
are crazy now,
like Santa twerking.
dude. Consumerism has gotten to such a point where I'm like, bro, like when I'm like scrolling on TikTok and I see this shit where it's like it's someone advertising like a product, you know, I feel like that's like every other fucking swipe now, you know.
Or do we need to get Brando twerking for some FTS murder?
Shit, dude. God damn, dude. Hey, and let me just say, I just want to give a special shout out to our boy Justin. We met him at World Cup. He I need to send him. I owe him a shirt. I owe him a shirt that I have to send him, and Caleb Clow. I owe both them guys a shirt because I'm sending Caleb one because, bro, kid won World Cup. What a beast, right? He deserves it,
Right.
right? And Justin, if I'm being honest, dude, I have just been discovering myself too much, which I guess in a way you could probably look at it as lazy. That is how it made it to the post office, you know? The First Amendment auditor's been pissing me off, but not really, but yeah.
What about you? What does Christmas time like mean to you? Like, how do you know it's Christmas?
Oh man, dude. Well, where I work, when you walk in, there's like these decorations like with every single season, right?
Mm.
Like with Halloween, there'll be like some pumpkins and stuff. Thanksgiving, there'll be like a turkey, like some turkeys. And so for Christmas, like the ladies of the office like dress it up as like Christmassy. There's like fake snow around, stuff like that, right? That's
Oh,
kind of
nice.
when I start to know a little bit. But
Mm.
when I'm like walking around and say if I need to go to like a store or something, I'm just hearing Christmas music. That's where I'm like,
That Mariah Carey.
yeah. Or also Black Friday, because when I for Black Friday, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta start getting gifts, bro. You know?
Yeah, the credit card starts talking.
Yeah. I hate when my credit card starts to talk, bro. I hate it. You know. And so, okay. You know what, Caden, what did you
So,
get your girlfriend for Christmas?
luckily this episode's coming out after Christmas.
Yep, exactly.
Um, I got her a lot of jewelry stuff this year. Like I got her
Jewelry.
like a jewelry box, like a little ring holder,
That's a
little
girl's best friend's
bracelet.
jewelry.
Um, oh, so this is actually the best gift that I got her, which is still coming. It's not going to be here on time, unfortunately.
Did you order it late?
But I got her a custom crew neck with her dog that passed away. So just like the Cali sweater, I got her something just like that.
Nice, dude. That's
So she'll definitely enjoy that.
Dude, Yins are such a sweetheart, bro. Look at you go, dude. And you ever think for a moment in your life you'd be like, man, I'm getting custom crew necks made for my girl. You know, you ever think that would be you one day?
Just pat my back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Pat
nah,
on the
but
back.
on that topic, she actually did something like that for my mom. She doesn't know yet, but I'm actually gonna bring this with me when I go to Oklahoma. But she did a custom drawing of like these like ducks in honor of like my grandma that passed
Yeah.
away.
Wow.
So she did something really nice for my family too.
All right, I want you to. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to Dungeons and Dragons describe it in my mind to where I can like picture it. Like I want you to paint a painting in my mind. What does it look like?
So, besides the action, there's these two ducks sitting on the grasslands. There's plants and
It's
the
beautiful
grass
already.
and wind is flowing. Bees are flying around. Little lions following it.
The bees?
And there's a small yellow duck and a tall white duck with bonnets on their heads, as they used to wear in the olden days, back when my parents were born or whatever.
Yep.
And they're quacking and laughing right next to each other, and there's just a blue sunny sky.
Well, dude, I'm picturing that so like cinematically in my mind.
I'll give you the photo. I'll show you it.
Okay, hell yeah. I can't wait to see it. But dude, that's awesome, dude. I got my girlfriend. I got her a new headset me and her we game together a lot. So
Mhm.
she's like, oh man, like my headset's kind of like going out. It's kind of being like a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know if she probably knows I got it for her because we walk into like a gamer store, and I'm like, all these headsets. I let her try on every single one, and I was like, all right.
Which one's your favorite?
I was like, you know what? Why don't you just point out the 5 best that you like, and I'll pick for you. So whichever one she was
Kind
like,
of like
oh,
make it
that's the
like
one I want.
we're trying to make it like sneaky, or you're just like pick your favorite and I'll buy it for you.
I wasn't being like as like outgoing as that,
Mm.
but I may have been like, hey, you should go out to the car real quick. I think I forgot something, and then I like went and bought it real quick. You know.
Oh, the forgot something trick.
Yep, the forgot
Okay.
something trick. It
I
luckily,
forgot my wallet in the car.
yeah, luckily, I'm retarded. So my girlfriend just kind of like she's like, oh, he just forgot it like normal. He's just normally retarded, right? So
Right.
it feels good. I'm that kind of guy where I hate getting sometimes I hate getting gifts for people because I don't want to get something that they don't want. You know?
Right. It's like you have to like sometimes it's hard for people because it's like, oh, they already have everything, or like you don't really like know what their hobbies are, but
Yeah.
you know them.
Right.
It's like
And so
I feel
it's
like I struggle with my parents because of that.
I mean, bro, that's pretty bad. Like when I try to think of like what is my mom's favorite thing to do. Relax, dude. That's my mom's favorite thing to do is fucking do nothing, you know? And so I'm like, what is a good gift for that? You know? And so I got my mom a new watch. Like
Nice.
a smartwatch. She's
Nice.
a Samsung person, so I got her a Samsung watch.
Yeah,
I
Samsung
know.
green text messages.
Right? It's annoying as fuck, but whatever.
That's the
Right?
only racism I support. Green text messages. Fuck
Yep.
those green messages.
Yep. But okay, while we're still on the
Uh,
topic of Christmas,
mm.
do you have like a favorite Christmas morning or like a gift that you got or like a moment that was on Christmas where you just like sticks with you forever?
Ooh. So I think one of my favorite Christmas mornings was actually when I was in Oklahoma back with my family.
Uh-huh.
Um, that was my first ever and only ever white Christmas. So obviously we don't get snow down here in like the Sacramento area. Um, so it
Was
was
it a Filipino
snowing that
Christmas?
morning.
Were they Filipino?
No, it was on my mom's side. So it was like my grandma, my grandpa,
Gotcha, white
just
Christmas.
white, yeah, white Christmas in both ways.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just remember like going outside, enjoying the enjoying the snow, like doing like sticking my tongue out like kids do, right?
Hmm.
Um, it didn't have like any crazy gifts because we were with my grandparents, right? Like we typically have like our gifts back home, but I just remember going out there having a white Christmas, and I remember actually going down the side of the house to go to the backyard with my sister, and we ended up both slipping on the same puddle of ice that was just right there, and we ended up falling on each other, and that just always stuck with me for some reason of just having a white Christmas there and falling.
Nice. Okay. Do you have any like special gift that you remember?
Oh, gosh, special gift. Honestly, I want to say this because it kind of built who I am today, but um, there's kind of two, but like my I remember my family getting me the marble roller coasters that I used to love building as a kid, and also this like electrical wiring set for kids, right?
Okay.
Um, so I think those are kind of like big gifts for me because I it kind of built me into like, oh, I love building stuff. Like I want to be an engineer when I grow up,
Hmm.
and like I think it definitely shaped like who I am today. So I think those gifts are definitely like very impactful.
Interesting. So is that like how there's like dinosaur autism, like train autism? Was yours marble roller
Right.
coasters?
Definitely 100%. I have like a whole album that's still on my phone to this day of the videos I've taken where I've just built the like little marble roller coasters.
That's freaking sick, dude. Next time I go over, let's build one.
Hell yeah. I
That'd
love
be
that. I actually got my girlfriend to do it once.
no way.
Yeah,
That's
I,
sick.
I was like, yeah, I got this in my closet. Like, we're just sitting around watching TV. You want to build it? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. That is freaking awesome, dude. I remember
Uh,
when I was like when was this? When did Left 4 Dead 1 come out? 2007. So I was 10. Uh I remember I got an Xbox 360 for Christmas. I wake up and I see the Xbox 360
Ooh,
and I'm
baby.
like, oh my god, holy shit! But because I was always like, I was always right growing up.
Is
We
that
weren't
when they were
like,
new?
what's up?
2007? Is that when they were new?
I don't think so because Halo 3 came out in 2007, and I feel like Google it real quick for me. Google when the Xbox 360 came out, right? Because I like we weren't like super rich, right? So I was always kind of like a step behind, right? When like the
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 2 came out, like I got a PlayStation 1 and played for that for a while, and then like when the the next gaming console, I got the one that was previously behind, right? So when I
Right.
got the Xbox 360, that was a big deal for me, and I played it at my cousin's house, who always had one. I always glorified my cousin when I was younger. We played this
Mm-hmm.
game, Left 4 Dead. Played Left 4 Dead when I was younger, and I was like, bro, this zombie game is amazing. Like this is like the best game of all time. This is great, you know, and so like I get the 360, but I'm like, oh man, like I didn't get any games with the 360, so I just got the Xbox. So I was like, oh, well I got an Xbox, I probably got some Christmas money from my grandparents. I can go afford a game, right? But I'm like the entire time I'm looking forward, I'm like, oh, like there's got to be games. Like there's got to be in one of these boxes. There's got to be a game. Nothing, right? And so I get out of gifts. My mom's like, oh, there's one more back there. Like it was like a close. Like it was obviously clothes, right? Those specific boxes that clothes come in, around for the
Yeah.
Christmas gifts.
Yeah. 100%.
I go and it is this Christmas sweater. I'm trying to this part, like this detail's a little blurry. I don't remember if it was like super ugly or just something that it was like, thanks, an avocado, one of those, right? And
I actually have a story that's similar to that
right,
that I'll tell in a minute.
I lift up the shirt out to like view it, and as it's unraveling, Left 4 Dead falls out. Left 4 Dead
So
fell
she's
out of the
sneaky
shirt,
with it.
right?
Okay.
And landed right on my lap. And I was like, dude, I was ecstatic. I was basically like, I was like hugging my mom, and I'm like, oh my god, mom, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then everybody else is like, yeah, trying to cheer with me, and I'm like, fuck you guys, and like trying to like thread the needle past it and try to go set up my 360 so I can go play it, And that was like before I didn't even need Xbox Live for that. There was just one thing where I was just like pretending that I had online friends because it was just so cool, just playing with like these random NPCs, Francis, Zoe, Bill.
You know what one of my favorite things was about the Xbox?
What?
Was the Connect.
Really?
Like where you could because I remember playing like Just Dance with it, or what was there's like a travel one where you're like going down a river. Why am I forgetting the name of
dude,
it?
I feel
Wait,
like
I'm forgetting the name of it.
Was it? I feel like it was like Connect Adventures.
Sports? Yeah, I think that was it.
Something
But I,
like
just,
that.
I remember stuff like that, and I was like, oh yeah, like it's tracked my body movement. How futuristic.
Right? Because the thing is, like when the Wii came out, sure the Wii is cool. Like everybody was like, oh my god, this is like, dude, this is gonna be so athletic. You're gonna be able to do all this stuff. Boxing, right?
This
Bro,
Wii Sports Baseball is
right?
intense.
At least with the Connect, when it was body scan you, it would scan your legs, it would scan your arms, it would scan your head, it would scan like towards seeing everything. Dude, with Connect, you know how many times I would see people like going like this, or like with a Wii, they'd be like sitting on their couch and they're bowling like this. They're like, just like throwing it out, while bowling on a couch. I'm like, bro, the Connect was way better than the Wii. So I guess I respect that. I was always like a Connect like hater because whenever people would use like their Connect mics back in the day on like a lobby, it is just the worst fucking sound ever.
No, but isn't that how you were able to turn off people's Xbox?
100%. If they were talking through their Connect and it would
Voice
like
crack.
shoot it back, like Xbox turn off. They're like no, right? And they just like cut out, right? So
those videos are hilarious. So Xbox 360s came out in 2005. So 2 years prior to that.
right.
So I was 2 years old when the Xbox 360 came out.
Holy
Jesus
shit,
Christ.
dude. That is crazy to think about. What was your first gaming console?
It was a 3DS. Or no. Yeah, 3DS was my first ever gaming console technically.
Is that? I'm talking console, like hardware, like not like handheld.
Did I get?
But okay, DS.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say we had a PS3 before we had an Xbox 360. So I would play Modern Warfare 2 on a PS3.
Yucky, bro. Thank God you transferred to the
Yucky.
360.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm an Xbox guy, so I don't like the
agree.
PlayStation controllers.
If I
That's
didn't
the main
have
reason.
a PC, I'd probably be an Xbox guy. Right?
Like we get so much hate for it. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I think it's because you got to pay like 1,400 Microsoft points or some shit for like every single day. for
I say just personally,
Game Pass.
just an Xbox controller fits so much better in my hands. I have small hands. I don't like that the PlayStation controller buttons are like right next to each other,
Right? I'm just like, well, what am I doing, dude? My thumbs
like
like right next
clawing
to each
it.
other, you know. But
But anyways,
yeah.
do you have any funny Christmas stories? Because I definitely got one.
Um, I used to go see. It was like a Christmas tradition for me back in the day to like always go see Santa.
Mm.
Give him my Christmas gift, like give him my Christmas wish. So
Because he's
I
real.
what
He's real.
100%, bro. You don't believe, you don't receive, dude. I'm out there throwing reindeer food on my lawn so he knows where to land.
Right.
No bullshit. You know, and I still do that to this day. To this day. You
To
know,
this day.
and it's fun. It's like one of those things that me and my mom will make. We'll make reindeer food. It's like
Mhm.
fucking glitter and granola or some shit, and we like
Oh,
throw it out on the lawn.
hell
So it's
yeah.
like when you shine a flashlight over it, it like shimmers, and you kind of see like the red and green confetti, right?
Hell yeah.
Right. We always, my mom was always like, "That's so Santa knows where to land." He
Mm.
lands on the grass because she'd be like, Santa cares so much. He knows that if he lands on the roof in the suburbs, he's gonna crash in the roof. He's a smart man. I'm like, damn. Well, Santa, I'm not trying to let that happen. I was also we didn't
I've
have a
never heard
fireplace.
somebody say that like that
We
before.
didn't have we had a fireplace, but it was like blocked off. Like
Oh, okay,
we never
okay.
used it because obviously we're in California. It's hot as fuck all the time. To where there's always stuff in front of it. To where she's like,
Mm.
oh, like, oh man, dude, I remember this memory so vividly now, dude. There was this key, and it was like, this big old fat, like it looked like a Looney Tunes jail key, like so derpy, like with the threads on it, and
Mhm.
the handle was Santa's face. And my mom would hang that outside of the front door, and I'm like, Mom, that doesn't fit in. She goes, Santa snaps his fingers and can change the lock to where that key will work. And I
Mm.
was like, what? This guy's fucking lore is insane.
This
Yeah.
guy's a
Chris
god.
Kringle, dude. Oh my God. Right. And
Oh my
so,
gosh.
I remember, waking up and waking up, going out there, seeing the plate of cookies with like, 90% of the cookies gone, and there's like one left with like a big old bite
One
out of it.
minute.
I'm like, oh my God, Santa's DNA's on that shit. I better send this to the CIA so they know, like we got to find out who Santa is.
You're right.
So
I'd always do the trackers with my family. Like, oh, he's already in New York. You guys
what?
better go to bed. Go to bed.
No way. That is so freaking. I remember like it would be so hard for me to like fall asleep, right?
Right.
And because my mom would be like, well, if you come out here and you see Santa, I'm gonna beat your little ass, and I'm like, okay,
I was just gonna
I'm
ask, like,
staying
did you
said.
ever try to like sneak around and like see if like he showed up?
No, my mom would beat my ass if I did that. So
Good threat then.
you
Good
know what I'm
threat.
saying, right? So I was raised as a good American, boy, where it's like,
Mm.
dude, certain things, like I was never that guy that would like I gotta go sneak a peek at my presents. I was never really
Mm.
that guy to where I
Right.
like being surprised. You know, like
Right.
knowing what you have. I feel like that just like ruins it, and
It
and
definitely does.
yeah, the
That's one
surprise
of
is
the
just
things,
so much
dude.
better.
My girlfriend always asks me. She's like, "What do you give me for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I'm not telling you."
Yep, right. It's
But
it's just so I feel like the kids who go and peek at their presents also eat hot Cheetos, and they also probably gonna go to jail at least once. You know what I'm saying? People who peek at presents cannot be trusted.
I would say one of the factors that definitely made me like huge vivid believer in Santa was the elf on the shelf. My
Oh,
parents
I
went
never did that. What are the rules for
over
that?
the top. It's just a elf on the shelf. It's Santa's helper that'd come, see if you were being nice during the holiday season, and then every single day it'd move. But if you touch the elf, it'll lose its magical power. Um, so I just remember like my parents would go really, really deep into it. Like they'd put like flour on the countertop, and have little footprints in it.
Oh yeah,
There
that's
was
so
even a
sick.
time where like it ended like where they had it move somehow, like while we were like at our friend's house, which obviously I know now is like one of them went back, but I was like, dude, like it moved, like oh my gosh, like it moved on its own, like.
Magic.
So I remember that was a big factor in it. But it's funny that you mentioned the avocado thing, because one of the funniest stories that uh, our whole family has with Christmas is that my little brother, when he was younger and we were back at our old house, we're all opening presents, and I forget how old he was. He was very, very young because I think he still had like blonde hair. So he was
Mm.
like not double digits, like at all.
Mm.
Kid opens the Christmas present, pulls off all the wrapping paper, and it's like an Amazon box, right? So it's like the gift's obviously inside the box,
Mm.
but he unwraps it and he's like, "Oh, it's a box. Thanks." And we're like, "No, no, keep
You
going."
open the
Like,
box.
that was literally the exact same thing as the avocado, but it's just like, "Oh, it's a box. Yay!" Like, no.
When you're a little kid, dude, a box is like a fort. You
Yeah.
can use boxes to build anything when you're young. That sometimes I miss being so naive, so
Hmm.
ignorant, not knowing how the way the real world is, and not knowing that it's scary. You know, but
And
uh,
at least I still think Santa's real. No, just kidding.
what did you just say?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Santa is real,
Yeah.
boys. If you don't believe, you don't receive. If you don't believe, you're not getting
Mhm.
that Hormesis headband in your stocking. So believe a
All
little
the
harder,
all the
people.
Christmas movies tell you have to believe.
Oh, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Mm. I don't know if it's a Christmas movie related. Elf is a classic. I wanted
Elf
to
is a
say Rise of the
classic.
Guardians, but that's not a
Oh,
Christmas movie.
that one is fire, dude. That one
But
is
Jack
fire.
Frost, Sandman,
Yeah.
like that's
Oh, bro,
all the holidays. But
When Sandman caught the darkness arrow to the back, I'm like, oh
mm.
my heart. Fuck.
When I was younger, I tried to do Jack Frost hairstyle, like that whole messy like
Mm,
look.
because
But
tonight will be the night that yeah.
I
He
thought that movie
does.
was so cool. But oh, Elf's a classic. So
Elf is a classic.
actually,
That's your favorite?
no, no, classic. My favorite one of all time, and I'll stand on this as one of the best childhood Christmas movies, The Polar Express.
Okay. Do you know Tom Hanks actually plays, I think, like almost everybody in that movie?
Huh?
Look it up. Tom Hanks plays he plays the little boy, he plays Santa, he plays the conductor, look it up. Like, I'm not even messing with you. He plays like a majority of those characters in that.
What? You're right.
Right?
The boy, the conductor, the hobo, the Scrooge puppet. Oh no, that's a different movie.
I
Or is
do.
it?
My
No,
favorite
Santa
one
Claus.
was
The father.
Tim Allen's Santa
What?
Claus. Remember that? With
No, what though?
You ever watched that one? That might be a
Tim
little
Allen
bit
Santa.
before your time. But
Okay.
I just remember there was just a scene where he like shaved his face, and then because like okay, oh man, okay, now I remember this movie. Uh, Tim Allen walks outside, he sees a fucking dude on his roof. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Goes up,
Oh,
it's Santa.
wait, I've seen this.
Okay, so you have
Yeah,
seen that one, right? So it's
I didn't know
like
that. I don't know actors' names.
that's okay, that's okay. Buzz Lightyear,
Mm.
right? So he confronts Santa on the roof. Santa falls off. Santa dies. So the guy
Right.
picks up Santa's robe, puts it on. Now
Mhm.
he's Santa Claus, right? So I remember this iconic scene where he's like shaving his face, right? Pats it off with the towel, comes back, big old white beard. It's like I was like, what the?
Yep.
And he's like,
I remember he was putting on weight in the movie too. Like he
yes,
started getting the actively and actively like more jolly. Right.
yes, and so. Oh man, like that one was like nostalgic for me because I was like, holy shit, like is that really like the Santa rule? Like multiple people can like it's like a king, or like the crown is
The crown is passed
robe.
down.
Yeah, right. So and then, oh man, I don't remember. Maybe it was the second one, but like where Jack Frost came in and was being a complete fucking douche and is like
Mhm.
trying to steal Santa's jolliness. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I
Right?
do remember that.
That one, if I'm being honest, like seeing Jack Frost and his icicle eyebrows pissed me off. I didn't want to watch that movie. Pissed me off, especially because I knew what he did. But yeah, I guess fuck it, dude. Let's start getting into some of these iconic awards. The Summit Awards. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring that up so we can.
There's a lot that we got.
There's a ton. Which one do we want to go over first? Let's
Should we basically go from the top list, the documentary of the year?
Oh, sure. Hell yeah, I like
Just
that
go
idea,
top,
actually.
top to bottom,
Yeah, I like that idea.
or I guess
Um,
most recent, so last recent.
all right, Ian's dragging this over so everybody can see it. Let me. Oh, bada bing, bada. Full screen.
So we
boom.
basically got for documentary of the year
Oh, I can read
for the
comments,
best
too.
long form storytelling piece covering players, teams, or the sport. We have All That Matters, Tauntaun Forever, Road to a Championship, The X Factor versus Impact, Heroines Forever, and Preferred Mob, a paintball series.
Man, dude, those are some heavy hitters. Like, I like the
Are
Prefer
good.
Mob one only because, bro, that's the one. Smiley Joe. That's Smiley
Mm.
Joe's film.
I will say I remember when All That Matters came out. I remember there was hype around it. I remember you told me to watch it like on the plane.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember that that's actually when I watched that because we were going to a tournament.
Yeah, we were going to Cup.
Uh, yeah, that was last cup though, last year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember watching that.
dude, Tauntaun Forever. Did that just come? I feel like no, that's not the one that just came out. There's another one that just came out like today, with like Tauntauns and AC Diesel.
Okay.
So maybe I haven't
I
seen
was
that
like,
one.
because the Road to Championship, that one's recent.
That one is really recent. I thought that one
Mm.
was pretty good. I thought the way
I thought it
that
was
they
cool.
portrayed Billy Bernaccia and the way they portrayed Bart. I mean, I wonder why they used Bart for that. You know, like
Well,
I wonder like why didn't they use any of the like active players?
I almost wonder if they wanted to build the story of like kind of how we talk about where it's like built not bought, like kind of to see how Impact was this like like this family that started
Mm-hmm.
right, and it kind of developed into something different. So I think that's kind of why, in
Mm.
my opinion, why Bart was a big role in that.
But I mean, okay, so I mean this he also had a huge segment in All That Matters,
Mm.
right? That dude, that shit was an emotional roller coaster, bro. When Bart had his
Yeah.
whole scene on there and he was like
Mm.
talking about Joe and his wife. Like, I met Joe like when I've seen her at Capital Edge before. Like that was an incredibly nice lady, and
Mm.
I never knew that, right? I never knew like that whole situation, and dude, it like opened my eyes. And I when I didn't know that, I was like, holy shit. I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense, right? And it was so it was such a big change of pace for that movie because you're seeing like some fucking dope ass like great music. You're seeing Mouse run down the snake, doing the thing, and then that part is there.
That
You know?
almost makes me want to say that it would be the one I would vote for, just because like obviously all of these ones are good. They all tell a story, but there's in my opinion there's so much emotion with that. Like you said, like I almost brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah,
Like it hurts in a good way,
one
even
hundred
though like
percent.
so yeah
Because you feel for that, right? You
yeah
feel for that. You have like we have skin in the game in a way. One, we're related to him in a way when it comes to paintball, right? We know the
hmm
guy very much because Impact and DMG kind of like for a while went hand in hand.
hmm
Um, and so like there were times where Bart we were getting shit on and Bart would come over and be like, guys, what do you guys want? Like you guys are looking at the game so stupidly. You guys need to look at it like that, and he would basically simplify the game for us. Where he didn't really need to do that. So it's like I really respect the way Bart is as a person, and it's like, that part is so good. So I guess if I'm going to if I'm making it the Bart show, I get for sure All That Matters is the one that had like the better story in my opinion. But it's also I really
mm.
like the whole thing with like Billy Bernaccia and his family, and I thought that my favorite part was Billy Bernaccia because he's like, people usually ask like who I am, and I just tell them to Google me, and I'm like, damn, this shit goes hard as fuck,
I
dude.
wish to have that much aura one
God
day.
damn, dude. Because Billy Bernaccia, like I've never met another Bernaccia before, so it's like that is such a
Yeah,
unique
true.
name to where they will Google it and they'll find and Billy Bernaccia, the snake player, like absolutely will come up. So I thought that was a great whole story behind that, and it's hard to vote for these guys because all of this storytelling is so good,
They're all
so
really good.
good, right?
All really good.
The Heroines Forever, like the reason why I like that film a lot because I like the emotion that you have behind it. It's an unexplored territory with the WNXL, and people can say what they will about the WNXL. Bro, it's awesome, right? In a way to where
Yeah.
um, you get to see them test out their might against each other, right? You get to see their iron on iron. Bro, do you know how many girls don't do shit?
Mm.
Right? So seeing them like going after it, like having a passion about it, like it is
It's
great to
inspiring.
see. It's exactly, thank you. It's completely
Yeah.
inspiring. And I love the stories that are told not only through the Heroines documentary, but for the WNXL in general. I feel like there's a lot of good underlying stories like I don't know her
And it's
name,
and it's
but
it's also like it's
the chick who
with
fucking
that too.
kicked
It's
her
like
gun at World Cup because she lost.
I don't know her name either.
I don't know her name, but I
Super
remember.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
Like seeing that happen.
a
Gosh.
last second loss like that, dude, the story behind that, I actually am very excited for the future of what that match could potentially be, because I bet there's going to be something like that where in some kind of featured film they're going to be talking about that story right there, was like, man, losing last year by a single second,
Right.
no more. And that was just such like the story of how that is lighting a fire up underneath all their asses. And there were a lot of comments. I remember there were a ton of comments on their
Like that real.
on the reel of them. They're like, oh man, like blah 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 blah, like just kind of like making fun, but it's also like, I get it.
I mean, I
right?
get it.
And that is not, bro.
That's a Coke for me this time.
I've seen Chris Sosine, like, who's a pro for Aftershock, where he was so mad, screaming fuck, like, over and over and over again, to where he was just like slowly taking off pieces of his gun, just spiking it into the ground, right? Like, so it's like, that's not the first time I've seen like a fit like that, bro. When you're playing with that much emotion, I get it. Like there are times where
I can't even count the times I've tossed my gun onto the table, like fuck, like
right. Absolutely right. And it's one of those things where when you become a better and better player, you learn how to contain it to where, but I mean, there are times where you just can't. Right? Until you know how, or you've already been to that point. Like, I bet she won't do that. I bet she won't do that again.
Yeah.
Because she's like, well, I've lost like that. If I've lost like that before, never again.
Right.
And if it does happen, she knows how to take it. So, I mean, I think that the whole Heroines Dallas Vibe finals, that shit was fantastic. And just seeing what
cool
the
rivalry
WNXL is
that they
doing,
got going on.
I agree with that. I just love what they're doing with the WNXL, to where it's giving the girls a platform to sharpen their swords, right? To where, I mean, it was always co-ed, right? But when you're trying to make it an Olympic sport and it's separated by genders that way, I like seeing the best of the best, right? I like seeing the best of the best males, and I like seeing the best of the best
100%.
females,
Right.
I'm
I think
a fan of
it's
the
nice
sport.
in that sense that you get to see like you like you said, you get to see the best of the best men and the best of the best women. Like it's when it's co-ed, it's sometimes harder because one person will overshine another. But
Absolutely right.
I like putting the light on that.
And I like that Jen Folk is breaking that standard. She's like, I'm playing in, like, she stepped away from the WNXL and it's like, I'm gonna focus on
underground right now, right?
Right? Yeah. And man, dude, like, dude, I cannot, like, that is such a fucking flex. Like, I cannot say how much I respect that, because it's like, there are times where a WNXL team, if they were to play against, I'm not saying all WNXL teams, but some WNXL teams, if they were to play against like a D4 like males team, it's a little bit of a coin toss.
And then Jen Folk's playing D2, right?
I mean, shit,
that's
dude.
what the Underground
I feel like
is,
Underground
right?
did okay to where they could maybe bump up to semi-pro, but I understand if they don't, because I don't think they won. So I get that, right? And
shout out Jen Folk though.
Shout out Jen Folk. She's a great player, right? I love everything she's doing. I mean, I'm surprised she's not getting a fucking award. But actually, right. I mean, I haven't even checked out all the nominations. But yeah, if I had to give it to this, I'd probably say All That Matters or Tauntaun Forever. Because bro, Axel, I love the hell out of Axel, dude. He embodies like the passion of paintball. Like. That guy takes losses probably harder than almost anybody I've ever seen.
Right.
And
it's not even bringing up the time where he was running to the buzzer.
Yeah, like, dude, they would have won. If he doesn't slip, he wins. If he doesn't slip, they beat PB Fit, right? Mm-hmm. It is just so crazy that ended up happening, right? Where the elements kind of did have a factor in that right there, because if it's dry ground, he's probably not going to slip there. It is just so crazy. And I'm not taking anything away from PB Fit in that win, because that one-on-one victory with Scott Stewart against Axel, deserved. Scott Stewart just fucking dogged all event, right? So So who would you give this one to?
Kind of like I said earlier with the emotion in it. Like I would go with All That Matters.
Okay, hell yeah. This one says, let's just give Miko the award already. This comment.
I do see that comment.
Oh shit! Maybe I said Jen Folk subconsciously, and her fucking comment is right there. That's why. All right. Breakout player of the year.
All right, breakout player of the year. All right, given to a player who made a major leap and became a true difference maker.
I mean,
All right, who do we got
Silos.
here?
I mean, I feel like Silos was completely neglected on AC Diesel,
Mm-hmm.
right? I feel like they didn't give him very many spins, and right to where he went on to X Factor. And I feel like they were giving him a little bit more of the shine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Silos, that's not a bad pick. Marky Franz, if you're gonna have two guys on the same team, bro, you got to give it to Hugo for that.
Right.
Like, I'm definitely picking Hugo over Marky Franz, and Marky Franz is a great player, right? But
And all these guys are pros. They're great at what they do.
all these guys are fantastic at what they do. I'm just saying, like, if I as a purely spectator, if I was one of those guys that just sat on my couch and just watched all the games, analyzed all the games, and had like a fantasy paintball league, this is the way I would be talking.
I remember when we used to have that, but then it fell through.
I mean, bro, that is so much to keep up with, right? Like all that stats
Yeah.
and everything, like, right? I wonder, like, I feel like you need like
gotta
at
grow
least
the
like a 10-man
sport.
team.
People love betting.
Oh, yes, sir. Right? Alec Holland, man, I love Uprising, so it's like, whew, that'd be sick. Jacob Seabaugh, Dr. Seabaugh, right? Great player for PV Fit.
Steve-O.
I definitely think that
He was local to Texas, right?
What's up?
He was local to Texas, right?
I feel he played on Leverage. But I think he was local to Texas. And
Gotcha.
oh man, okay, light bulb. Here we go. The reason why so for me it is between Jacob Seabaugh or Hugo Verhage, right?
What's the reasoning?
The reasoning, Hugo, bro, he's one of the only guys I know that can fucking fully sprint with his head below his fucking ankles, you know.
Dude.
And but Jacob Seabaugh, bro, he stepped into some huge shoes at the beginning of the season. Colt Lacau hurts his knee to where arguably PB Fit's best player is out for a majority of the season. So now Jacob Seabaugh has to elevate his game up to match Colt Lacau's, and he won multiple events. They won two, right? Because they won Cup and then they won the first two. So
Good point. Like all these other guys did a really good job, but did they really have to step into the main superstar shoes?
Right, and it's also like, and another thing, PB Fit. The reason why I think PB Fit's gonna win that is because one, PB Fit is very lovable, right? They are very. Everybody has such a personality on there to where I would not be surprised if anybody that's on PB Fit on this, any of these awards nominees, I would not be surprised if they won at all.
Right.
Man,
It's
dude,
for the people.
Hugo's the fucking man. I've talked to Hugo a couple times hanging out with Axel, right? But man, dude, Jacob Seabaugh, I have to give it to him because, dude, when Colt went down and he stepped up, bro, that is hard to do.
It seems like that we have the same opinions about these
says
votes so far.
Only one of them won multiple tourneys his rookie year. Just saying. That is super valid. I'm actually not even reading these comments before I like start even talking.
I didn't read them either.
But how do I turn this?
Even Colt Lacau commented on it.
Whoops. Yeah. Right. So. Yeah. Who are you giving it to?
I would also do it for Jacob.
Right. And these are the votes that I'm submitting. Right. These are the votes that I'm going to be submitting for myself.
Likewise.
Right. All right. So now we got
a heavy hitter.
We got podcast of the year.
Podcast of the year.
Right. And let me just say, shout out to all these podcasts. Christian was in the pits. Marcelo and Tyler play the game. Dan Shelley with Shell the podcast. Ryan and Kyle with Spick and Span Show. And Mike Bianca. And who else is on the
Ryan Gray.
show? Ryan Gray. Oh, it says it right there. How did I not know? I was trying to go by memory. But dude, all of those guys deserve podcast of the year. And if 100%. I'm being honest, I'm voting for Dan. Don't care.
Okay.
I'm voting for Dan.
What's the reasoning for that?
The reasoning for that is way more of a more personal reason. Like when Dan had me on his podcast, because he was like, "Oh man, this will get some traction because Ryan's leaving the podcast, and he really wanted to ask me a lot of questions about my whole thing on the podcast." Right? He was asking me a lot of questions where like, I never really thought about it, but you know, I can completely understand why these questions were asked when he was asking me like, "Did you ever feel like you were in Ryan's shadow?" You know, that is a completely valid question that I never even thought that people would ask. You know, so Dan's really helped me a lot, right? I think he's given me a lot of advice. I've bounced a lot of ideas off of him, and he's the kind of guy where, I mean, and it's also, I'm very biased. I am way closer with Dan than I am with anybody else on this list, minus Christian from In the Pits, right? Me and Christian, I love Christian. Like, if Dan Shelley wasn't on there, easily I'm voting for Christian. And I love Christian to death. But the Shelter podcast, that is just a really good quality. Like, if you kind of want like that, if you really want that like emotional attachment to where you can kind of like Dan's show, and I'm gonna tell him this. Dan's show is so good to where you can completely have a pre-notated conception of what you would see as this person, and the way he talks to them, you could be like at the end of his show, man, I was completely wrong about that person. I thought that person was a complete fucking dick. But after I heard them on Dan Shelley's podcast, I'm like, you know what? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Right?
I was gonna say the quality of his podcasts are really good, and then like you said, the way he carries at least his own mannerisms and stuff, like it's very, very good.
Absolutely. Right? And I mean, I think paintball needs a little bit more of that. I mean,
like professionalism or like
not even professionalism. I would just say it has like a little bit more storytelling and emotion, right? I look at like Spick and Span show. You watch that if you want to see like the latest fucking news as it's happening. You know, they'll FaceTime somebody, like they'll FaceTime Mike Hinman and like just talk about something that's going on with the WC right then and there, right?
Right.
Play the game. They like. I actually don't listen to Play the Game, so I don't really know. But I love those guys to death. Genuinely, like if they win, it is completely understandable. Right? I mean, I would not be surprised if they win. They are easily the biggest paintball podcast, right? And, you know, I'll admit it, dude. I think that Tyler and Marcelo, I think those guys are heroes of the game when it comes to the fact that they are getting it out so far mainstream. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had like a professional skater on there. I feel like they had like a fighter on there or something like that. Like they really are trying.
It's
right?
nice to see that they're still like strong and like, you know, connected after the whole incident that happened back then.
Bro, 100%. Marcel, and I guess one of the reasons why I say I like Dan's podcast a lot is because he had Marcelo on there, and I was not a very big Marcelo fan. Like I practiced against him, he was kind of like, right, But when I heard Dan's podcast with him on, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just being a little maybe I'm just holding a grudge. Maybe like, why do I need to hold a grudge, right? And I've obviously had problems with Tyler at practice, but who fucking cares? Right?
Problems.
Right? Who fucking cares? Right? I'm at the point in my paintball career where, dude, I should be loving way more than I be hating. You know, and every single one of these guys deserves a win, and I want to go I want to go to the Summit Awards, and I want to genuinely I want to shake everybody's hands, and I want to tell everybody like how. I mean, obviously, that probably doesn't have a lot of weight come from me, but dude, genuinely how proud I am of everybody where, you know, it is hard to keep up with content. There are times where, like, bro, I get insecure and I'm like, man, like, fuck, do I really want to upload this? Like, is this going to be good? Is this the quality that I want? Is this this? Is this that? And to do that all the time is very, very taxing. And that is, then let me tell you, that is why they are on there and we are not. Right? Yeah. I got a couple messages where it's like, dude, like, how is FTS Pod not on there? How is From the Sidelines not on there? Like, this is bullshit. Bro, we don't deserve to be on there, right? Once Ryan left, we had to make such a big step up to where we basically hit fucking prestige mode, right? A complete reset. Complete new YouTube, a complete new Spotify that is hidden behind 167 episodes of what we had before. Until we break that, they are 100%, like, we're not going to be on there until they break that, right? So, was I mad? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but I understand. And
yeah, definitely.
My goal is to be on there, right? Do not think that for a single second. Like, I want to be on there, but I see why we're not. I'm not gonna be like an entitled little bitch and be like, oh, I need to. I
deserve to be on there.
Right? I deserve to be on there, right? But
they're all
I'm man
Y'all
enough to
have done
admit
good stuff.
that we shouldn't be on there. And it lit a fucking fire under my eyes. You remember that text message that I sent in the group chat after that?
100%. That's what I was gonna say. I don't actually know who I want to vote for the podcast one yet, because we're not up there, right? But they've all done good work, and it's hard to compete with.
Absolutely. And the thing is, right? And I've probably brought this up a couple times on the podcast, dude. I would love to have Mike Bianca on this show, just to shoot the shit with him, right? Or I would love to just have Marcelo or Tyler on the show just to shoot the shit with them, right? Not really talk all about paintball, kind of have it sprinkled in here and there, but I want to like get to know what makes these guys tick. I want to know what kind of positions I can ask these weird questions to get them into, where they're like,
what condiments do you like on your burgers,
right? Or like, dude, do you think that if you really had to, if you have a sword, do you think you could kill a lion? You know, like just stuff like that, where it's just like questions that I have on my mind, right? And I think that's another thing is this is the podcast. This is paintball podcast of the year. We also don't deserve to be on it because we're not a 100% paintball podcast.
Fair enough.
You know, and
Too many rabbit holes.
And I'm proud that we're not a 100% paintball podcast, right? And
I agree.
It's one of those things that it may take a little bit longer to gain traction. I'm okay with that. I'm not in a rush. I don't want to be famous. You know, I want to grow the game. Like, I love paintball, but it's not all about paintball. I want to grow the game to the point to where I can give my piece. But I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to compete absolutely forever. You know, and this is one of those things where I can stay connected to the game forever. And it's not only just paintball, right? Obviously, we just played fucking Dungeons and Dragons on the podcast. You know, no one on this list at all, period, has played anything like Dungeons and Dragons on on their show. I know Christian in the pits
taking on new challenges.
Right, I know he wants to do like some fucking. I know he did like a Jeopardy episode that was really successful for him. Congratulations to him. But no one's playing that, right? And I just feel like another thing is like, sure, we have Welts and Hormesis as a sponsor, but like they let us do our thing. Like, we are not like held down by anything kind of sponsor, right? We talk about what we want to talk about, and they sponsor us because they know that we want to talk about whatever.
I think it's better that way. 100%.
I absolutely think it's better that way, right? Because I mean, it's not like I'm tied down to a sponsor where I can't like. If Hormesis came out with something that was like a headband that was $75,000, dude, you better bet your ass I'm gonna critique that shit, even though they're my sponsor. Because what the fuck? Why would a headband be that much money? But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, we're not tied down. We're not tied down to anything where we can't talk and have reasonable conversation, right? And that was the hard part when, you know, just because Marcelo was around somebody, a company took a stance and was like, him, absolutely not. That was fucking lame. And I genuinely, I would never do that to somebody just because they were hanging out with somebody. You know, but I'm voting for Dan. Sorry, I just went on like a 30-minute rant. I apologize. Holy shit.
All good. All right, next Summit Award.
Award.
Player of the Year for the most versatile athlete who excelled in multiple roles.
Sheesh.
Ooh, it's basically the player that's the wizard that does everything.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. So okay, the let me just say, first of all, we need to be saying who's nominated. I don't even think we've said a single voice.
Okay.
We've just, bro, I'm so bad at this.
I thought you were showing on the screen. You're right, but
I am showing it on
Spotify.
the screen,
Spotify listeners.
Absolutely right. So for Flex Player of the Year, take it away, Caden. Why don't you say
No, you got I did the other one. You got it.
All right. So for Flex Player of the Year for the most versatile athlete who excels in multiple roles, we have Meter Ninos from X Factor, Justin Rabikoff from Red Legion, Nate Schroeder from Uprising, Nate Schrader, something like that. Rainey Stanzak from Edmonton Impact, and Blake Garber from San Diego Dynasty. Those are all relatively, like, you could probably say those are the best players on their respective teams. Maybe not Blake because he's like, they're all equal on Dynasty. Like, they are all like, they get a stat boost when they play with each other.
But I
You
think
know,
it's the topic of like, hey, like this guy will go to any single spot on the field, do whatever is needed, and like break stuff open. There's a lot of clips that NXL has been posting where Yarber's just been carrying it by just doing something crazy, right?
man. So if I'm correct, Russian Legion they won an event this year, right? I'm pretty sure. And if I am correct,
This
there were
year.
this event that they won. J Rab, bro. I remember this layout. He was. I think it was the one where it was the asymmetrical, where it was like half snake, half Dorito on one side, and then it was like not mirrored, but like copied. If does that make sense?
So, oh wait, when I think about that, I think of when there was the back-to-back tournaments because one of them got delayed. That's what that's what I think of when I think of that.
Are you talking about like the Texas one where the pros had to go to the other event? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
and then went to Atlantic City. That's what I think of.
Man, that really, dude, that like now that you're saying that, like really does like mess up my timeline on what the fuck who
Yeah, it's
won what
messing up
tournament.
my
Oh wait,
timeline.
no, remember, I'm pretty sure Russians won both of those.
Oh, the ones I was talking about, yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure Russians won both.
Yeah, they did. They did.
So I mean, shit, bro. I'm surprised no one from PB Fit's on here. They're probably like, man, PB Fit's on everything, so don't put him on this one. So
I
I
see a lot
probably
of
have.
comments for Nate.
I mean, Nate is. This one says nasty Nate. That's funny. Nate is nasty, right? So
Mhm.
I guess I want to vote J Rab, but I really do want to vote Nate because like I want someone who is not on a top 5 team, right?
Mhm.
Getting their props because there are
Like an
multiple times
underdog.
there are multiple times where you would see Nate Schrader pulling off a clip where he is like or pulling off a play where he is stunting on him and then he's doing the fucking emo where he's like, "Where's my belt at? Where's my belt
Mm,
at?" I've seen him multiple times do that, so I'm leaning a little bit more towards Nate, me personally.
okay,
But it's
okay.
also like if I'm being honest, like Rainey, I kind of got to add the whole meta glasses into it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't know. That's not even part about
We're
it.
not
So
talking about creator.
you're,
We're
you're
talking about
yeah. You're
the
right. You're right. We're not
plain
even talking
ever.
about meta glasses. I'm voting Nate Schrader. Voting Nate
See, I
Schroeder.
think personally, I think I'm probably gonna be voting for Rabikov. I think he's definitely.
I remember when they had a podcast
I wouldn't say he
themselves.
carries Legion, but holy, like
He
he
seems to
does
be
a
that missing
lot.
piece that Russian Legion really needed to connect. Right?
Hmm
Because they were really struggling for a while, but now it's like when J Rab's on the team, dude, I don't know what it is, but I feel like he put like when
Purple
J
beanie,
Rab
bro.
and Kirill are both on the field, dude, they are both insane phenoms when they play with each other.
Hmm
You know, and then they brought Smotrov back, so it's like I'm a huge Smotrov fan.
Right.
So I'm voting Nate. You're voting J Rab.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. All right,
All
next.
right. Next, we got photo of the year given to the most striking, iconic, or powerful paintball image of the year.
Fuck me, man. All
We
of these are
got
my friends.
we got John McGulligan from JMac photos. We got
That photo's fire.
I don't even know how to say Nigel De Souza. I don't know
Nigel
how to say the last. Or yeah, Nigel. How do you say last name? You
DeSouza.
know, De Souza. All right,
D'Souza.
I'm retarded. 88 Films. You got Dan Shelley from Shelter Photos, Aaron Jasecki from ARG Image, and help me out with the last one.
Oh, what the fuck? Uh, Woronika Kresminska.
Sorry for butchering it.
Yeah, my bad. I apologize.
And catch catch moment photography.
Like I want to full screen this so I can like really like zoom into some of these photos. Wait, hold on. I can't. I can't. Dude, I'm
So
not even gonna
for me,
lie. The
I
first
already
one
know.
is
I already know
fire.
there's two. I already know that there's two that I'm already leaning towards, and there's no personal bias in it.
Okay,
But
which ones are you leaning towards?
the one from Shelter Photos and ARG Image, the fact that there's the photo with the crowd, I think captures a lot.
100%.
And then home of the crew in the background because of the Tampa Bay Stadium,
Yeah.
like oh my, like no bias to that. But
So
also, I don't know. Like
can I be honest with I love Aaron. This photo is so fucking fire. But my
mm,
only problem with it is portraying another sports team in the
true,
background.
true.
You know? I do the photo is iconic because it shows how far paintball has come.
Mm. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it. The photo from 88 Films is actually really cool.
Bro, the 10
Like,
seconds
I like personally, I don't
embodies it.
love black and white photos over the color.
with
So
the
maybe that's
sun
why I'm like,
peeking through the
maybe that's
scoreboard,
why I don't
bro.
like it. But the 10 seconds, what other sport does that?
Is that Keith? Is that Keith Brown?
Uh,
I feel like that looks like Keith Brown.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
But yeah, I don't know what other sport has like the 10-second countdown,
But
right?
it's also, I mean, the one from J-Mac, dude, that photo is so crispy.
The colors are.
Like,
I
dude,
like
no
that
joke.
jersey.
I could picture this where like you can animate it where when he turns around, he turns into the fucking Lord of Frenzied Flame when he just
I
has
was.
that.
How did I
Dude,
know you were gonna say that?
you know, like the aura behind this photo, like
The
all
same
these
pose.
photos, like all these photos just have so much aura coming off of them. It is dripping aura. I think the one who's the last one? Oh, the one that I can't pronounce. The one that I'm not gonna say again because I butchered it. I apologize again. That one with Tauntaun, that one is
catch moment
sick.
photo.
That one is sick. But if I have to like, these other ones are just so fucking good. Like the J-Mac photo, that one is so crispy, and he has so many shots on him where it kind of like embodies, the grit of paintball.
Mm-hmm.
God
I don't know.
damn,
I don't
dude.
know. Like they're all really good. You make a good point about the other sport in it, but also I wonder if we can make the argument of that's what we need with the growth of paintball. Like, recognize the other sports, they'll recognize us. You know.
That's completely valid. Game recognizes game. That is completely valid.
But God, these are all.
Damn, dude. Like this is like such like a hard debate, right?
And they're all crisp photos.
Dude, these are all like.
So I'm biased because I definitely like color, like strong striking colors. Definitely put it over the top.
The J-Mac photo, those colors are vibrant.
Yeah, they are. Gosh, I don't know what I want. Maybe I need to roll a d20.
Yeah, dude.
To
God
decide
damn, dude.
which one to go for.
A
1 through 4.
a D2
for
plus
both.
1, or D3
for all
plus
of them.
1.
Gosh,
oh my
I don't.
God, like,
Honestly, I don't know what I want to vote for this one.
God damn.
You're making me think about this again.
Like, I like what you're saying, where it's like game recognizes game, and that's why I want to vote for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, dude, do you know how many times I've looked up at the scoreboard and been like looked up at the scoreboard and been like, all right, guys, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's iconic to paintball.
That is iconic to paintball. So it's like that, like the whole 10 seconds thing, like that is paintball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like not only like, okay, the J-Mac photo.
When you say that out loud, you just think of the countdown already.
Yes.
You can hear the beep.
The J-Mac photo, like that could be like Woods ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a way where like the 10 seconds just captures the competitive speedball match, right?
I think for photo of the year, it has to capture the story behind paintball. Like the photo from JMac is super crisp, but what else does it capture?
I mean,
besides
shit. The one with Shelda
colors?
is fire, right? Because like Mouse's whole story that year, like right, like going to Impact, saying fuck that, he's gonna turns down Impact, goes back to Diesel, then ends up leaving Diesel, going to Damage. Like that is a really crazy story. You know, I thought that the one photo that I like that Dan took is where it was like it was Marcelo and Mouse like sitting next to the start gate, like after the game. I thought that one was so fucking beautiful. That was such a beautiful photo. Like the whole meaning behind that is just so great.
Does the NXL pick these out, or do they like submit it?
I think that they submit it. I think.
Okay.
Wait.
I don't know if it's different for the photos.
Given the most striking, iconic, or powerful image of the year.
Let's see, a lot of people say the Shelda photos in the comments. Got it. See a comment for JMac. Interesting. All right. I still don't know what I want to vote for this one.
Damn, dude. Like why can't I vote for them all? That's why democracy is hard.
Make multiple accounts.
Oh, totally gonna make multiple accounts and just vote for everybody.
So that one's a toss up in the air for both of us.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna limit it down to 3.
3.
What's your 3 because of like what you were saying, where it's like game recognizes game. I'm gonna do the Shelda one because it portrays the crowd, and that's like really big for paintball. Like,
You can see people cheering too, which
Absolutely.
makes
The thing
it
is,
better.
like, obviously we know exactly how big the crowd is.
Mm.
The photo does not show how big the crowd is to the right. You know.
True.
So it's like we know
Because the
as
bunkers
paintball
block it.
players how many more people there were there.
Mm. But I think it's also there's a point of paintball's not as big.
Absolutely, but it's also like I like the whole showboating thing because it just looks good. It just looks really really good. You know, and in this exact thing where he's like fucking flexing hard as shit. You know.
Yeah,
Like
I think my three are gonna be the 88, Shelda, and ARG.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. 88,
Okay,
Shelda,
so
Aaron.
same three for us then.
Yep, for sure. Right, so fucking good.
All right, what's
Next,
the next?
we got
All right, why
Dorito
don't you take
Player
this
of the
one away?
Year. All right, I got this one. We got Jay Chavi. We got from PB Fit. We got Brandon Cornell from Impact. We got Konstantin Fedorov for Tauntaun. Pavel Karslev for Russian Legion, and Chris Shear for Tampa Bay Damage. That is a stud lineup. Holy shit.
It really is.
Chavi, I kind of want to send my vote his way just because, right? Had him on the podcast. He's a great guy. I've talked to him multiple times, so I guess I'm being a little bit biased. But I mean, dude, that he won 2 events this year. He won World Cup from last year, and then they carried on to the next 2 the following year. That's not done very much.
I almost want to think about this as like, who do you hear most often when you're playing? Like Cornell, awesome player for Impact. I think he's a star that's talked about often? No, not really. I think Fedorov is talked about more because he joined back the Tauntauns.
And plus, Fedorov, that's like a fucking legendary name of the game. Like, that guy's been competing since I was in fucking diapers, basically.
Right.
And Karslev, dude, bro. I don't know if you ever watched Karslev. Karslev is like the fucking Terminator.
He's scary.
Like, holy shit, bro. Like, that guy does not, like... That guy is perfect form. And then Chris Shear, he is very crafty. Like, dude, this is a hard pick.
Yeah.
This is a really hard pick for me.
I almost want to say him. I like that. Like, I almost like that there was the team switch, and like now he was developed into.
I can make an argument for Chavi, Fed, Karslev, and Chris Shear. One, because I guess I can only make an argument for 3 with Chavi, Karslev, and Shear because all 3 of those guys won an event this year.
Point. Okay.
Right. If we're going if we're kind of just going off of like winners, right? It's like, I mean, shit. If we're going off of just this season, Chavi won 2 events, Karslev won 2 events, Chris Shear won 1. But it's the most important. It's Cup.
Right.
So it's like, right? The most important one, the one with the most pressure, right? But does that count as like two tournaments, right?
Do we have is there an award for most aggressive? I don't think there is.
Sheesh, the most aggressive? If I'm being honest, the most aggressive.
Oh wait, no, we do have an offensive player one of the year. So funny enough, the offensive player of the year one, which I'm looking ahead, is almost the exact same list.
Okay.
Different topic.
Let's vote, and then we'll move on to that one. So I mean,
I almost want to say Shear. I think
Shear,
he was getting crafty on damage.
I agree with that. I think he's one of those. I mean, fuck, dude. God damn, dude. Karslev is also just so freaking good, but I feel like Chris Shear. I feel like now I'm narrowing it down to 2. I'm narrowing it down to Chavi and Shear. Like, they both have a kind of a similar play style where they'll get really crafty in the Doritos, and like they're really good at the long game. Really, really good at the long game. So it's like, I mean, shit, dude. I gotta go with Chavi because he had just so many.
People are torn between Chavi and Karslev. So that's what the comments say. The people.
I mean, shit, dude. Like,
am I picking a popular opinion?
All right, I'm picking Chavi.
So do you want to jump to offensive player of the year?
Yeah, I do. Let's go to offensive player. Why don't you read those guys off?
So offensive player of the year, It's given to the top attacker who consistently creates pressure and eliminations.
Where's that one at?
The exact same list, except instead of Brandon Cornell, we have Axel Godin from Tauntaun FSU. So still Chavi, still Fedorov, still Karslov, still Sheer.
Dude, I might be retarded.
I already know
Where's
who
this
I'm
one
voting
at?
for this one. It's almost one of the last ones.
Did you skip photographer of the year and snake player of the year?
Yeah, we're jumping. We're jumping to
Oh.
offensive.
Oh shit. Okay.
We'll go back. We'll go
Oh,
back.
dude, Axel.
Yeah. Oh, so you already. I'm voting Axel.
I'm voting Axel for sure.
Hands down.
100%.
Motherfucker runs with his head like below his knees.
I'm definitely voting Axel, and I'm biased
And you're biased.
because Axel comes with his dad, bro. Like, come on. All right.
No,
I'm voting Axel.
I would be scared to see a short person like that running towards me.
Sheesh.
Like, I think it's funny that the most offensive player of the year award goes to the Dorito players. Like, I would have thought that like it'd be like snake players, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like I would think like like Keith Brown or like Mouse would be on here, but you don't see him.
All right. So what's up? You want to move on to photographer of the year? Go back up to photographer.
Yeah, photographer of the year, and I'll read it. So I got it right here. So honors the photographer with the strongest overall portfolio and season impact. We got No Hope Photos, Great American Paintball, 88 Films, No Soul Studios, and Shelda Photos.
Damn, dude. Well, I love Dan. I'm probably realistically gonna vote for Dan, but dude, David from No Soul, dude, he's one of those guys where I gotta give him a hug. Like, I'm not too acquainted with that guy, but just through interactions that I've had with him, like he's a guy that I want on my side.
Right.
You know, and I mean, if I'm being honest, I have to give it to Dan because of consistency. The guy has not missed a single upload of a dope photo every day.
So he's definitely consistent. My vote might be a little biased because I would vote for Dan just because I'm not as familiar with the other people's content, like photos. Like you said with consistency, Shelda's photos show up all the time on my feed.
You know, okay, so
all the time.
So look at it like this: a ton of photos from Great American Paintball in your magazine that you have in your room came from Philip Swindle. Great American Paintball.
Yeah, which I got. It's on my wall right there.
And I mean, it's also like, I mean, shit. You kind of have you kind of have to account with Great American Paintball the whole magazine, right? Like that is also like one of those things where like, geez Louise. Yeah. But I bet, if I'm being honest, I don't think they're all Philip Swindle's photo. I bet there's tons of people's photos in Great American Paintball. So I guess I can't just really say it to him. I guess if I had to, this is like a toss between Philip Swindle and Dan. I'm going Dan. He's my guy.
What do the people say? It's actually kind of torn in the comments. This one's actually pretty torn in my opinion.
You hidden comments.
After reading this.
Bullshit, my brother. Shelda Photos got it locked. That's funny.
All right, shall we move on to the next one?
Yeah, and the thing that's kind of hard about this one is a lot of there are a lot of photographers that are completely underrated and that fly underneath the radar because these guys are a little bit more paintball famous.
Right.
And that's another kind of thing that's really hard, right? But I'm going to Dan. I love you, Dan. You're the man. All right. Then we got Snake Player of the Year.
All right, you want to take this one away?
I'll take this one. All right, we got Alexander Biernikov from Red Legion, Billy Bernaccia. Google me. Just Google me. Mr. Google me guy, Billy Bernaccia. Axel Godin, Scott Stewart, Hugo Verhage. Two guys on Tauntaun like that, like
two Tauntauns.
Dude, Axel and Hugo, like those guys are dynamic. Like those guys are insane, like to play together. But I already know my vote. What's yours?
Is Scott Stewart?
Yeah, it is Scott Stewart.
All right, what's the reasoning? Come on, give the reasoning.
The guy won 2 events this year, basically playing almost every single point. And he did a one-on-one victory against Axel, the other nominee.
You know, funny, Scott Stewart commented on this photo.
What'd he say?
That was pretty funny. He said 4 legends and a goober, and the goober's him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Legend for that.
I'm gonna give that a like. I'm gonna like that one.
It's like, I wanna like
What the fuck? Look at this comment. Where is
I wanna
Mouse and
say
Keith Brown? What the fuck? That is so valid. Where is that?
I don't know.
Like, if we're going off of performance, this year,
Mm.
why is
Tampa also won tournament this year, so
absolutely? So
that's
it's
a good
like,
point. So where?
I mean,
Mm,
Axel and Hugo, they had 2 finals appearance. They lost
heard
both,
that.
right? Bjernikov, they won 2 events this year.
Mm.
Scott Stewart won 2 events this year. Billy Bonacci didn't win anything this year with X Factor. Like, I'm not saying he's not a great snake player, but like, how are you not putting Mouse? How are you not putting Keith Brown in there?
Like the results should speak for themselves
Like
almost.
100%. Like, if we're going off of
Uh,
this year alone, why are they not in there?
I would probably vote for Scott Stewart too. You know, like you said, got two wins, and also like when we were talking about the Dorito side, I think he's a really crafty player.
I agree completely. I think he is one of those guys that just stays alive and he gets the fucking job done.
Like a lot of these guys, Bernikov, like he's like an aggressive player. Like
Oh man, okay.
Godin and Hugo, like
I don't know
they're
if you've
good in
ever
their
seen this
attributes
clip.
of being small.
I don't know if you ever seen this
What's up?
clip. It's from a long time ago, but it's like a famous Bjernikov clip where
Okay.
this is actually, if I am correct, where Tauntauns and Russian Legions were like mixed together, right?
Okay.
So Colombo and all that. I'm pretty sure it was Colombo that he did it to. So, Bjernikov is in the snake, right?
Mhm.
His guy is Colombo is in like the Dorito can. Bjernikov, but he says his gun down call, like, oh, my gun's going to shit or whatever. Bjernikov
Right.
jumps out of the snake, runs in the middle of the point, runs all the way over to his homie, switches guns to where Bjernikov has a broken gun, runs all the way back to the snake, dives in, crawls all the way down to their side, causes a huge
What?
enough distraction to where all his other guys clean it up.
I've never seen that clip.
Bro, like, I have to show it to you. I bet I can find it. Like, it is nutty, bro. It is nutty. You know,
I
I feel
wanna
like
see
I
that.
feel like Brad from Paintball Ruined My Life recently put it. So I don't know if you want to scan his YouTube channel real quick on his shorts. I feel like he recently kind of uploaded that video, but like, obviously that's in the past. But bro, like Bjernikov, like that guy is one of the greatest of all times. Like the Hall of Fame, he should be in it. But for this one, I got to give it to Scott Stewart. Stewart.
That's my vote too.
Hell yeah. I mean, dude, Hugo and Axel, those guys, dude, they did great. And I think they fought so hard. Because another thing is, they didn't have very much depth. Like the paintball tournament where they were in the finals where it was like really hot. What was that, Ohio?
Mm.
Like, dude, I remember seeing a photo of Fedorov. Like, dude, like, no joke. Like, you know how they carry sandbags? He was carrying sandbags, but it was basically like a bag of ice on his shoulders. He was taking off his jersey after every point. It was so fucking hot in the finals.
I think I do remember what you're talking about.
This one says Axel Godin just hid in the back behind Hugo all season.
Oh.
That is so funny, dude. Oh my god.
Dang. Axel Godin, is that actual? Did you respond to that?
Yeah, you're
Wait.
facts. Is that the last one?
God. That's funny. No, there's more.
Okay, I see it. Video of the year?
We got like 5 or 6 more. All right, yeah, video of the year. I'll let you take this one away again.
All right, so we got NXL World Cup highlight from Faceful. Then we got Feel It from George Fava, which love that guy. Reality NXL Texas with Enrique. Love Enrique. Stealth Media for the NXL Midwest Open 2025 Pro highlights. And then Paintball Ruined My Life with the prototype that finally beat a Paintball Dynasty. I'm probably going to say... Oh. Feel It. I think I remember exactly which one that is. I think I'm a vote Feel It from George Fava Photos. I think I'm gonna vote for him.
What's the reasoning for that one?
I thought that the way it was constructed in the very beginning, where fuck me, I hate that I'm glazing this every single time, but I'm pretty sure it was Jen Folk in the beginning where she's like, oh man, I feel like this paintball, like with this paintball sunset, there would be like, a strum of a guitar, like, wah, wah, and then he matches it with music in the background. And then she's talking more and she's like, well, it would be a good paintball video if it had this. And then boom, he adds it in. And then he carries on. Then the film carries on with all the stuff they were talking about, like what makes a good paintball video. And I just thought that was just so well built, And man, I wish I could watch some of these on the podcast and like give like a review, but man, that would take too fucking long, and plus copyright strike, all that bullshit. But me personally, I'm giving it to Fala.
To be honest, I don't remember. I've definitely watched a majority of these. I don't remember all the details of this, so it'd be like like you said, I'd have to watch them like again, and then I'd probably vote on it.
And also, I guess I'm going off of the most memorable one, and I feel like Fila was the most memorable one.
Right. And then how recent was the? Okay, that's 4 months. Okay, I was thinking about how recent ago the Paintball Ruined My Life video was.
How long ago was it?
That was 4 months ago.
4 months. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a vote for this one. I'd have to rewatch to give my opinion on it.
Gotcha. All right, next. Caden, take it away with the Defensive Player of the Year.
All right, Defensive Player of the Year, we got TJ Danner from X Factor, Jason Edwards from Damage, Thomas Guest from Ironman, Marcelo Margot from Damage, and Trent Mason from Paintball Fit.
Well, if it's a mustache off, Trent Mason's fucking killing everybody else. But, I mean, man, dude, defense. I mean, okay, I know he's on a losing team, but I'm glad he got picked up by X Factor. But Tom Guest, bro, analyzing that guy's play, he is so fucking good. Right? Like, dude, his play style reminds me a lot of Paul because he's so tall. And this is play style. It reminds me very much of Paul. Right? So, I mean, also, Jason Edwards did have that one play where, I think Dynasty was coming to tie up the game. It was Joe Barrett. Then Joe Barrett fucking slips. And then Jason Edwards, shoots him into the ground. Just by, staying alive.
Already canceling out because we have two people from Damage, because Marcelo Margot got picked up. I would still pick Jason Edwards over Marcelo. I think Edwards is just known for being, one of the best defensive players.
That's very valid. I think he reiterates the whole stay alive part so well on the team where it is easy for him, right? He makes it look very easy where I think he's the kind of guy where he can play with anybody and just keep them alive just by joysticking them. Right. I think he can command a game really well where he's you remember what Dave taught us where it's the first 30 seconds of the game you can tell if it's going to be a long point or a short point. And I feel like Jason is the type of guy where he can call it in the first 3 seconds, right? Just off of how many bodies they have and how many bodies they kill. And he's like, hey, Keith, hold up, or hey, Keith, let's go. And then everybody on his team just feeds off of that very, very well. So I'm going to have to say Jason.
Okay.
So I like that pick.
Yeah, Jason Edwards is definitely where I was going with it. It's I like all these guys. Even Trent Mason, he's really good defense on fit. But I almost want to say he's offensive too. He's a switch player
for sure.
He definitely
was on. I think low key he was switch. I'm surprised he wasn't on one of the flex players of the year. He was everywhere.
Definitely.
All right. Do we have any more, or is that it?
Yeah, we have 1, 2.
Videographer of the year.
We have 3. We have 3 of the year.
Okay.
Three of the year. Three more. All right. Videographer of the year. You can take this away.
All right. We got Enrique Gonzalez. Love that guy. Won a World Cup with that guy. George Fava from George Fava Visuals. That was Fava Photos, but Flycan Media. I want to get this guy on the podcast because I've seen him. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Goofy by nature when it comes to I see him at events and he's always going to a place to take photos. He's always working. He's always has intent with his walk. So I like that a lot. Soulless Photography, bro. The fact that he's recording all the semi-pro matches and everything and just kind of putting him up to where he's making it to where with his whole subscription system on his YouTube members, that's sick. I hope he genuinely makes a living off of that.
Yeah,
right?
he's been saying that like, hey, like I'm doing this for free, guys. Like I'm doing this for the love of the game, right? So
Right,
it's
and
cool to see that.
absolutely. Like every time I see him, I don't think he knows who I am, but which I'm not anybody. But
Mm.
I always say, oh my god, is that the real Souls photography? Right? I always treat him like he's famous because he is famous, right?
Right.
He's one of those games where when you look at raw footage on his profile, dude, you can go
Hmm.
back and see a plethora of game footage.
That is definitely who I watched growing up to find gameplay.
100%, 100%. Easily probably the best raw footage YouTuber.
Agreed. Yeah, I
Right? That's
definitely
what I
agree
would
with that.
say. And then verbal, bro. Brian Wolf. Shout out to
Hmm.
Verb, bro. Like,
So
how do you not pick
we've talked
verbal?
about this before. Yeah, I would vote verbal. He's taking it to another level.
I think he's making it so. I think he's making it, especially with like the ball tracking, the slow mo. I think he's making it so easy to follow. He's making it to where you can
Hmm.
show a fucking noob, and it is this the easiest thing. Like they're like, oh, like what? You can see the whole ball fall. Like the amount of times I've
Right.
showed random people his stuff when it's like I'm like, oh yeah, I play paintball. They're like, really? You play paintball? And I show them a picture of myself playing. They're like, oh, do you have any videos? I'm like, well, I suck, so let me show you a cool video, and I pull up his profile, right? So, uh, dude, like I feel like Verb. These guys are all such different styles, bro.
They are different styles.
Enrique is the kind of guy where if you want like a beautiful slow motion, like 1,000 frames per second montage, Enrique's your guy. If you want
Mhm.
if you want a storyteller that is going to make a loss look fantastic, especially like because you've been following Tauntauns with Planet Eclipse, right? Fava Photo is your guy. I don't know too much
Mm.
about Flycan Media. I'm not just familiar with his work, and so I apologize. But I want to get you on the podcast. So if you're listening and anybody knows this guy, tell him I'm coming.
Then we'll
Um,
know. We'll know.
yeah. And then Soulless Photography, bro. If that is the best raw footage out there. But I
Mm.
will say there have been times where I've watched this footage and I'm like, bruh, one angle on the fucking snake side, cheeks. Like
Mm.
obviously I love the guy, and I mean he probably someone probably told him that, and to where he's like, oh shit, okay, to where now his footage has gotten so much better, right? Where he's like showing a lot more, right? But and then when it comes to strictly growing the game and making it easy to consume, verbal.
Yeah.
And what do we need for paintball? We need it easy to consume,
100%.
right?
Get
So
people into it.
I can't not give it to verbal. You
Hmm.
know, I just can't not. So I'm voting for Verb on that. I mean, there are times where I will message him and I will bounce an idea off of him, and he will give me tons of pros and tons of cons, and I'll ask him, right. I never want I He trusts me enough to where sometimes he's like, oh blah blah, and he tells me a little bit of insider secret, and I'm like,
Mm.
oh well, now I know. Like that is that like I never knew that. I never knew that there's so much like between. I think that out of everybody in this nominee, when it comes to recognizing the algorithm and seeing the way how YouTube works, I think
Mm.
Verb has that not down, but he's probably got the
Feels like
best out
the
of
edge on
everybody.
it.
Yeah, I think he knows how to read it a little bit better than everybody else. So, I'm voting Verb, me personally.
Gotcha.
Who else we
I
got,
would.
brother?
So skipping the offensive because we already did that.
Yep, yep.
All right. Innovator of the year.
Mmm.
You wanna list it off?
Sheesh. Yeah, this one is hard for me. This one is very, very hard for me. So we got ARG Image, our boy Aaron Gersecki, Bane, if you will.
Just had him on.
I've
Yeah.
just had him on. Then we got Brian Wolf again, verbal. Then we got Eagle Scout PB, Matt Clayton. Dude, I love what he was doing with that old timey photos. Dylan Fout, bro. Dylan Fout, come on, that's a heavy hitter,
Defy
dude.
Sports.
And then Yosh Designs. Well,
Ugh.
if I'm gonna be honest, if I'm going to be completely honest, Yosh,
Well,
I love you, but the reason why I'm not gonna vote is because there was a certain post that was posted at World Cup where it made it look like he was kind of clowning on these guys, and it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
right.
And that's it, right? That's it. It just made it look like these is like, oh, you're really trying to play semi-pro shooting like this. I was like, I mean, you could post a video with any kind of caption, but was that caption really needed?
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
all having that as innovator almost makes me want to change my answer from the videographer because because Verbal is innovating the whole ball tracking thing.
That's
So
valid.
I almost want to change my answer with that.
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't
dude,
know.
Matt Clayton. I don't know if you see what he's using like a camera from like the fucking Stone
Mhm.
Age. I don't know if you've seen that.
It reminds me of your Polaroid, but obviously it's not the same thing. But
No, it's the same
the
thing.
colors of it,
Same thing.
it looks the same.
But I mean, dude, like Dylan Fout, I love what he's doing with Defy, where he's making he's making a ton of videos where it's like, I wish they were a little bit longer, me personally, but I mean, dude, his whole thing is innovation. Keep making things. That is his slogan. So it's like, man, dude, like this is a hard one for me, man.
His slogan matches what the whole award is.
Absolutely, right? And it's like all these guys are my friends, right? And I mean, and I just want to clarify with the whole Yosh thing. Yosh, I love you, bro. I don't love you any less. I just think that was a little unnecessary. That's it. Right? And I'm not clowning or anything, but it just rubbed me the wrong way, and that's it. But sheesh, bro. I mean, you're absolutely right.
Gosh,
The reason why I almost want to say Aaron is because of the content that he produces, like the kind of get up in the morning content. Right? I feel like he's kind of bringing an eye to that, and he's kind of bringing an eye to paintball's mental health.
Right.
Right? But, I mean,
it's worth mentioning, too. Like, obviously, we invited him to our podcast, but it's cool that he can break out of the stereotype and, play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and so maybe that's why we should vote for him, is because he is such an innovator that he's like, hey, I'm down to try Dungeons and Dragons, bro. Paintball, review mirror, D&D, right now. You know? I don't know.
This one's good.
This one is tough.
See. Comments are kind of split for this one too.
Yeah. Let me look at these comments. This fucking dumbass says, "What a lineup with a fire emoji." That's me, people. That's me that's commented that.
Right. They're very split in these comment sections.
Hey, geez, dude.
I don't know what I want. This one is one that I'm still on the fence about. I don't know how I would vote for this one.
I gotta go with verbal.
Think so?
Yeah, I do.
Does that make you change your answer for the videographer of the year?
Kind of in a way, because the guy who I would say is on there that I want to get on the podcast, but I'm not very familiar with him. Dude, what is his? I think he's working with PB Fit, and he's like doing all their videos and stuff. What is his name, bro? What is his tagline? God Films? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is, dude. I don't want to be butchering it or like saying the wrong one, but the guy who's been making all the videos for PB Fit, that makes paintball fun and consumable. Where he's like, he basically made it where it's like blindfolded paintball, where they fucking spray painted a lens on a cheap ass mask, and they were like doing a thing where like you rattle jingle bells and you do Marco Polo, and then he just unloads on you, right?
I enjoy seeing the quote unquote like clickbait videos screens that pop up.
Absolutely, and the best part about it is they're not clickbait.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely,
like, this
I know
is
what
the
I'm
normal like.
No,
Yeah.
100%. As a guy who tries to make thumbnails himself from raw bullshit.
Photos, yeah.
Yeah, like I think that he's doing a great job. I guess with videographer of the year, I'm surprised he's not on there. If that was my vote, I'm saying he's on there. So who we going? Let me go back up to videographer of the year, so I can actually okay. I still gotta go verb, bro. I still gotta go verb.
I
still gotta
both.
go verb.
Okay.
Man, dude, and I want to go to the Summit Awards and just like cheer for everybody.
I think it'd be sick.
So I mean,
Is that the first tournament, right?
yeah.
So Tampa again, right?
Yep, Tampa.
All right.
So I mean, fuck, man. Voting
Right, so
open
then
until
there's
January 2nd. Okay, luckily I can hesitate for a little bit and procrastinate.
All right. Last but not least, Player of the Year award. We got Chavez from Fit, Fedorov from Tauntauns, Tyler Harmon from Impact, Krill from Legion, and Scott Stewart from Fit.
This one's easy for me. Who are you picking?
Explain. Easy for you, why?
Scott Stewart. The guy won a one-on-one to win the tournament. Who else in this lineup did that?
Nobody really.
Exactly. Who?
Because I was like,
Kirill won two events. Kirill won two events as
Chavez
well.
is the GOAT, but Stewart does outshine him in that aspect.
And that's just a Snake thing, right? Obviously, the Snake will always get more credit than the Doritos ever will. So as a Dorito guy, now it makes me want to reverse psychology my shit back to Chavi.
And back with Fedorov, I don't think he's the best player on Tauntauns.
I think he is potentially tied for like I think there's a 3-way tie for first for best player on Tauntauns. I think it could be Fedorov. I think it could be Fedorov, Axel, and I guess Hugo. I was gonna say Colombo because Colombo's pretty clutch. Or no, what's that guy? Spitzma. Low-key been playing with some fire this season. But I'm going to say Scott.
Okay.
That's my fucking goober right there, bro.
I think I'm definitely leaning that way. And then with like Tyler Harmon, great pickup for Impact. Again, I don't think
Impact would have done anywhere near as good if they didn't have him.
Right. I don't know if it's like, I think a player of the year is like, oh, this person carried, like.
None of these guys carried. Like, you know, let me just say, none of these guys
wrong
carried.
Wrong word, but like, you know, like.
No, put the team on his back at one point. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
100%.
Right.
How is Mouse not on here?
Did that a lot. I don't know. We keep going back to that. How is Mouse not helping with this?
I mean, and it's also, I mean, I guess that is.
I don't know.
I mean.
I definitely agree with the Scott Stewart vote.
You know, and another thing for Innovator of the Year, bro, I'm surprised that Rainey Stanzak's not on there for how much meta glass footage he's doing.
True. All access paintball.
Right, like how is he not? How is Rainey not on there for all access?
That's a great point.
Obviously, these are still flawed. These are definitely still flawed, but
then Krill. I don't.
Dude, and bro, I love Krill. I want to get him on the podcast, but he seems like a guy who would fucking strangle me by looking at me. So I'm like, I don't know how to ask about that. Hey man, you want to come on a podcast where we goof around instead of talk about paintball sometimes? You know, where we talk about like wrestling bears and night marchers.
I'd probably like to talk about wrestling bears.
Yeah, I mean,
and Homeland.
Shit, dude. I mean, I bet all of them love wrestling bears, dude, on the Russian Legion. But it's easy for me. I'm voting Scott.
Yeah, I double that.
So,
I think that was all the Summit Awards.
Yep, and I mean, I gave my whole piece on why us not being on there. What are your whole thoughts on that, Caden? We'll kind of wrap up with that. What are your whole thoughts on not seeing us out there? How does that honestly? Be honest. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me mad either. It's kind of like you said, where we are behind that barrier of was 167, right?
Yeah.
167 episodes, and obviously we're fresh to it. Obviously, like I got picked up into it. We're not perfect. Like a lot of the other podcasts are closer to that than we are, especially in like quality too.
Definitely.
And yeah, like when we don't always talk about paintball, so I don't think that stops us from getting to podcast of the year. But I think that's been the focus of this. But
there's no most versatile podcast, because if there was like the most versatile podcast, we'd be on there, right? But I mean, I don't think that the whole thing. I think
we're still on the build up. I think
I agree with that completely.
The main reason,
the rebuild, if you will. I mean, no, I would definitely say build up, because we didn't build anything before. Nothing was like built with a very pronounced T at the end, right?
It's like, because all these other podcasts are very developed.
Absolutely,
they've been at it for a while.
You know, and I mean, I guess
not to say that
I've been at it for a while, but this is my first time in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of like leading the charge, right? I mean, I have a lot. Me and Kate have a ton of ideas, but sometimes it's just kind of hard to like execute, because one, we don't live around each other. We live like 2.5. I mean, Caden probably lives like 3.5 hours away. I think it's a little bit past Zach.
3 hours.
Right. Okay. Right on 3 hours. Right. So, but yeah, I genuinely hope that congratulations to everybody that got nominated for the Summit Awards. I'm cheering for every single one of you, and whoever does win, I'm incredibly proud of you. And if you don't win, I'm still incredibly proud of you, because the fact that you even got nominated, that is a serious achievement. You know?
Right.
And podcast of the year, fucking I'm pissed, bro. Center 50's not on there, so I'll leave it at that, bro. You got any final thoughts, brother?
Final thoughts. Obviously it's gonna be after Christmas when this gets posted to the non-Patreon viewers, but you know, enjoy the time with your families on the off season. You know, cherish everyone around you. There's definitely been a situation that's happened to somebody close with us where we're not gonna get into details, but just remember to hold your loved ones close, especially in these times. Like every single hug counts.
Absolutely. Check on your friends. Check on your family. You never know what they could possibly be going through right now, especially when it's like Christmas time and emotions are a little bit more amplified to where, you know, you just never know. Always check in. You know, be that Christmas spirit. Light the fucking beam. Right.
Other final thought besides code word of the week and whatnot. If you're hearing this, I love you.
Hell yeah. I like that. So what's up? What you got for a code word of the week?
Code word of the week is gonna be summit. You know, we talked a lot about
Summit?
the awards, the summit awards. # welcome to the top.
Absolutely. Everybody
So,
wants to be at the
code
summit,
word
but they
of the
don't want to
week.
climb. So shout out to everybody who got nominated for that award. You guys truly do deserve it. I am incredibly ecstatic to see the success that you guys bring in the 2026 season.
This
So,
is becoming a philosophical episode.
it really is, dude. It really. I feel like now that's another thing is we have a lot of philosophy on this show compared to a lot of other people. You know. But I
Way
mean,
with words.
just such a way with words. But yeah, that I try to work on that. Like, I try not to say fuck every other word. But,
Right.
you know, sometimes it's hard. Makes you
The
feel stupid.
vocabulary.
But yep, straight up, right?
Final
all right.
thoughts from you?
Final thoughts from me. Man, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's another Christmas
Merry
down for
Christmas.
From the Sidelines, where, I mean, this is our... This might be our 4th Christmas, technically. Holy shit. But, yeah, straight up, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys support the show, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, ring those bells, rate the show on Spotify, 5 stars. It really helps us. Subscribe to the Patreon if you want to support us. We got more stuff going on up there. We're releasing more merch very, very soon. It's literally getting built. So, yeah, Caden, cool guy of the week, brother.
Cool guy of the week. Cool guy of the week.
You weren't prepared, were you?
I was not prepared for cool guy of the week. I was definitely not prepared.
You know, I'll stretch while you look.
Here.
You know,
No. All right.
you got it?
No.
What is a cool guy? What classifies someone like as cool? You know, because like sometimes you gotta like really put into your thought process like what makes someone cool, right? Like Steve-O from back in the day, I think it was like 2011 when he did it, when he went on top of the crane with the Shamu, the inflatable whale, and he said like SeaWorld sucks, and he like almost went to prison for it. That's fucking cool. You know? You ever seen that?
I have not seen that.
That fucking sucks. But shout out to Steve-O, dude. Like, not a lot of people have the balls to do something like that and to protest for animal rights, you know? And I get it, but I like seeing the dolphins jump in the water. Sue me, you know?
All right. I got cool guy of the week.
All right, here we go.
Wasn't ready, but I got it quick. I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'll be better about it. Cool guy of the week is a guy called Brandon Wicks. You know, with the winter season and it's snowing everywhere, this guy, you know, just helping scoop the snow out of this person's driveway. You know, shout out to that. You know, staying safe out there, staying warm, and just doing it for free.
Is there a video attached to this, like a TikTok or something?
Yep. I have a video for it.
You know what? Send it to me. So I want to show the people. Send it to me.
I'll put it right there for you.
Where'd you send that at?
The FTS.
Gotcha. Let me go on over yonder. Boom. FTS. Let's bring that. Brandon Wicks. Let's see this shit. I'm not trying to blow anybody's ears out with a fucking snowblower.
Let me help you out. charge. Don't worry about it. Let me get the heavy stuff for you. I'm not going to charge you nothing. If you're not worried about it, then I won't. But we're doing all the neighbors. We help people out all the time.
What a good guy, dude. You know, whenever I hear this music, this like ambiance sound in anything, I just somehow get nostalgic and emotional. I just turn into a fucking little bitch. Makes me so happy,
This
you know?
Christmas season, I'm gonna listen to Minecraft music.
I love Minecraft music, dude.
Build the nostalgia.
You know, we should play something for like New Year's and Christmas.
Like a Christmas game.
Yeah. Or any game that's like
who could
from, like,
chug
when we
the
were
most
kids.
eggnog.
Yucko. I lost. I forfeit, bro. Yucko. But anyway, guys, if you guys made it this far, code word of the week, summit. If you made it this far, summit. Like I said earlier, a lot of people like the summit, but not a lot of people like to climb. You know, we're on our way up. We're climbing. So, and cool guy of the week, what was his name again? Brandon Wicks. Brandon Wicks. So if you guys are listening to this, we love you guys with all our hearts. Thank you so much to Welts, Hormesis, and Capital Edge Paintball Park. We will see you guys next week. Merry Christmas. Bye.